Hello everyone, good morning. Shriram here. All right. Good to have you all. It's a great start for Agile Learning. Thanks for being here. And just confirm that you're able to hear me well.
Good morning, Shriram.
Good morning.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Fantastic. Pretty cold morning, right? Cold morning in Bangalore, in different part of the country. Okay, thanks for waking up early in the morning and making yourself available. Appreciate it. And sometimes this could be very early for some of you. Maybe you are different part of the world. Some may be in Europe, some may be different part pretty early. Anyone here different time zone apart from India?
Yeah, I'm from Singapore. I'm Sangeeta here.
It should be 5 o'clock in the morning.
No, it is 10 o'clock.
Oh, sorry, your other side. Okay, 10. You are better. I thought about the Europe side.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then you are fine. And in India, it's pretty early for people, 7:30, because we usually work late in the night and they have to sleep late, 12, 1, and then wake up early. Pretty tough, but still you made it. Thanks a lot for doing that. I appreciate it. I'm just setting out the basics here. So we are in YouTube live as well. Hey, everyone in YouTube, thanks for being here. We will kickstart some learning on agile factors. Let me put some basics. Okay, let's get in. So we're going to talk something about PMI-ACP. What is ACP? Agile Certified Practitioner. So this course is only for software engineers. That's a ask from many of the students early days. Now, what happened is Agile is the terminology in the market. In a sense, you will know traditional way of doing work. You should also learn about how to be very agile. Agile in the sense of reflex, quick response, and getting to customers as early as possible. See, Agile is not something so crazy. Agile is just a common sense. If somebody behave with the common sense, that's called Agile. Shriram, what is common sense? If you can understand your spouse and respond better, that's a common sense. If you can understand your children and listen to them well, that's common sense. If you can be connected with your parents and understand them, what they need at that age, that's common sense. So Agile talks about common sense. So you mean, Shriram, those days we don't have a common sense? It's not like that. Those days the necessity was different. The speed of innovation was different. The speed of our travel was different. Lot were different. Now things are changing. So we want to be so much with a common sense and also help people around us. So that's a message. So Agile is going to help us on that. You may be from different industry. You could be from construction, manufacturing, or could be of a medicine, pharma, or automobile. Any industry, Agile is necessary. So you took a right choice to learn this. Listen to the course going forward the next few weeks of time, and then you go for a certification and make yourself Agile certified. I'm sure whatever industry you are, if you say Agile certified, the level of respect on you should be going high. Right? That's a message. Right, with this, we kickstart. Just some of the basics here. People in the YouTube who are getting me well. Right, Anand says yes. Thanks in YouTube. How about here in our Zoom? Can somebody confirm me audio video is good?
It is good, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, Shriram.
Right. Right. Just a minute. Super good. Everyone confirmed here. Few more people yet to join. I know it's early morning in India, so chances are they will wake up and come in slowly. I'm just caught up. Right. That's how it is. That too, I don't expect people to come on the camera morning hours because sometimes we are not ready to see in our mirror itself. How can be in the cam? However it is, there are some people so much confident. Anyone here to show your face? Hey, hi. There are people ready? All right. Okay, this is ready. Nagendra is ready. Goswami is ready. Sangeeta is ready. Fantastic. There are some people ready in the morning. Great. That's good. That's good. Seeing people is always good. Right. Nice to see you all, and thanks for being here. And you all got access to communication board, I believe, for ACP, right? Those information are there. I'll explain it in some time now. And you also have the materials to read. People, I see a bunch of you here from PMP background, and very excited in the last 2-3 months. You all got certified. You feel a little more, excited, and your shirt and the collars go high, shoulder go high. Hey man, I'm done. So that's a feel we have. PMP, if you're certified in the year 2021, then you should possess agile knowledge. However it is, agile, we're going to go a little more deeper. That's what in this class is going to happen. But still, you already possess a knowledge. You know which book to read. So those things, nothing changes. People here who have not tried PMP and you are the first time getting into the system, sure, you have to start from the scratch. I'll help you. We get people with base knowledge, intermediate knowledge, or advanced knowledge. All three set of people come to the classes. The reason is some of them already working in an adaptive nature or agile nature, where they behave as a scrum master or a servant leader, work with a team of agile group. So they possess basic knowledge of what is agile, how it works. There are some people who don't know that. In a sense, they may not get an opportunity to do that, but they would have heard a lot about this in dialogues. So what we'll do is we'll help each other here who don't have knowledge. We'll try to help them. People have knowledge, we'll polish it. That's what's going to happen. Okay. So thanks all for being in the cam. You can put your cam and mic off mode. I appreciate it. Good to see your face in the morning. Okay, in the morning, you're totally free to have a coffee, tea, enjoy the mornings and listen to the class. And people in Bangalore, it's still cold. I feel it's going to rain again. I'm seeing the weather report says more rain expected. Man, you guys would like rain? I think in the last 2-3 days, people feel enough, man, enough, leave me. That is south part of India. It's pouring out heavily. People are, oh man, enough, man. We can't take more. Okay, stay safe, stay healthy. With this, we'll move on. Right, let me share the screen and get a confirmation. Just confirm the screen is good. Let me jump in. Right. Okay, got a confirmation. I appreciate that. Okay, let's keep moving. Agile learning. The first thing I want to thank you all for being here. And the reason is in lean management and agile management, we say something called continuous learning. This is for the organization level. It's not only for organization, it's at the whole individual level. Continuous learning is a good process. And I want to say that you are doing that. Look at yourself 2-3 years back, how you were. Maybe you are super good or you never touched any books. Either of one would have happened. You are so much of into other activities, family, or personal, or your entertainment. You would have not spent much time of learning. But now if you look at your learning scale has started. That too, I see people who once started learning one item, they start learning more. You may feel a lot of difference in next 2, 3, 4 years that your lifestyle will totally change. In a sense, every time you put your available time into some activity, you will feel that, am I wasting it here? Can I materialize it by learning something and growing in my life? This kind of thought starts coming out. And what will happen is the moment morning wake up, you will not put your time here and there. You'll be very organized. You know what to do. But that doesn't mean that you will not have entertainment. You will have entertainment. You will have all the fun in the life. But at the same time, your eyes will be more on what to do next. So I really appreciate you for doing that, because it took effort for you to come to these classes. It means your brain has started instructing that you're good, right? That's a point. Fantastic. Thanks, people in the YouTube confirming. Let's go. Let's listen something available. So this is ShriLearning. ShriLearning is an institute which is established in India, US, right? And we are in a few cities here. And again, this institute conduct classes in project management oriented subjects. So what are they at present we are doing? We are doing PMP, which is a primary and major subject where we cover for nearly 24 countries over online. And our success ratio is pretty good. And we have Agile classes, something on PMI-ACP, which you are listening right now today. This is Agile Certified Practitioner. Also, we do Advanced Agile. What is Advanced Agile? Once you learn what is Agile, the next stage is how to do with a bunch of people in a program and portfolio level. Agile at program level. Program means multiple projects. So that's called Scaled Agile. So these three courses are predominantly taken here over the weekend, sometimes on the weekday also. Apart from this, we do career counseling, helping people. So how do you help people? Will you get a job? No. I believe more on helping people how to swim rather pulling you out of the water. So you should know how to swim. So career counseling is helping you how you can swim better, not showing there is a job, go and sit there, right? I don't believe on that, because a person should work hard and get it. Then only they'll realize the value of what they get, not by recommendation. Okay. So with this, we all guide all these factors. Apart from this, we talk something about leadership psychology. So this is the background of ShriLearning Institute. We have a big team. We have a lot of stuff happening, and the team is headed by Rahul. I believe you all know Rahul. So he is the one driving the show behind the screen. Okay. So thanks all everyone for having a trust on us. With this, will kickstart a good day with good learning. Good. All right. The first one, let's go into the course plan. There is a course plan here for PMI-ACP. ACP has around 7 chapters to go through. When I say 7 chapters, these all belong to the exam content outline given by PMI Institute. I will talk a little on the content outline in some time. But for now, understand that Agile is a very lightweight subject. But for that, we cannot take it for granted. We have to read it. Certain areas, certain terminologies we may not be aware of. We have to read through that. So you see a pie chart here. So the pie chart shows you how much of percentage each carries, the weightage. This weightage is towards the examination. Exam is going to have 120 questions, 3 hours of examination. So this 3 hours, there is no break. Without break, you will go for this exam, 3 hours. It can be an online proctor-based exam at your home, or you can do it in a center-based exam. Comparatively, this is pretty less intense towards a PMP. If you are coming from a PMP background, less intense. If you are coming from Scrum certification background, it is a 10 times or 40, 50 times or maybe 80 times above intense of CSM. CSM is a school exam, and this is your IIT exam kind of range it will be. So people coming only from CSM background, consider this as the most toughest exam for you. People coming from PMP is less tough for you, right? At the same time, last few weeks, I have people clearing ACP. When I check with them, they say that, Shriram, the standard is there. I cannot take it for granted. I will write in the left hand. No, I have to read. I have to follow what you say, then you clear the exam, right? Anyhow, I'm going to guide you all the process, so don't worry. Here comes a few chapters. Chapter 1 talks something on the principles. 2 talks about value delivery. And these 2 talks the basics of PMP. Okay. Once this understood, 3 talks about stakeholder, 4 talks about team. It means people. This is a people domain, full of people domain. This is full of basics of Agile. Here we understand about Scrum, Kanban, XP, lean management, how it works, why Agile comes into picture. We understand all the basics there. I would say here you get more questions. 16 plus 20, 36% of your exam questions are going to come here. It's a big percentage, 36%. And even if you go any interview in corporate, this is the area you will be attacked. So if you are clear on this area, you can clear a lot of interviews for the job search. And if you are clear in this area, you will work well with your people. You call servant leader. You'll understand how to be with people. And then comes the other area of adaptive planning and some of the problem detection. These 2 are ways of working. Here we talk about the planning. We talk about Fibonacci sequence. We talk about adaptive planning, right? Sprint, how it works, estimation, how it works. t-shirt sizing. We learn a lot more here. This is the area people like more because this is what our day-to-day job. Okay, day-to-day what you do with your team. It's being explained here. And the last one is improving your team continuously. How do you improve? That's what it is. Relatively small book, lesser content, but at the same time, intense will be there as you go other areas. So this is organized. I'll go chapter wise. First 2 chapters will take a longer time. The content is high. I should go at least 2 weeks for this first 2 chapters. After that, chapter will be a bit lightweight. I'll start going a little more faster. Right, that's a goal. Are you good with the goal? Are you good with 7 chapters? Ready to learn? Yep, all good. Okay, let's go. Okay, for people new to the Zoom here, or if you're not used before, Zoom has chat messages. Zoom has side-by-side speaker view. There is something called side-by-side speaker view. What will happen is one portion of the screen I'll be there, one portion you will have the screen. So you can have the adjust the size of it, which is easy. Many a times when you see the speaker speaking to you, your observation will be better rather than looking just as slides. If some of you hate to see my face in the early morning hours, you can remove that, put only slide and watch a slide. It's up to you. Some of you may not like, why do you see this guy's face in the morning hours, right? Okay, let's go jump inside. Let me move a little more. I'll give some basics, then I pass. I'll give it some time for your questions. You can ask some basic questions, then we'll go inside. Okay, that's the way. This course PMI-ACP comes from the institute called PMI. PMI stands for Project Management Institute, founded in 1969. It just like that founded for learning purpose, like what we did today, like what we're doing as a small institute. Like this, they formed 50 years back. But they didn't realize that that's going to be so huge. But they're so determined. They were so clear of making people more knowledgeable. That's the only intention for them. I think when the intention is pure, intention is good, it works well. It worked well for PMI. And PMI has become one of the topmost institute in the world. Mark my word, in the world. Nearly 200 countries have their chapters and their follow-up sessions. All are happening there. You go to any part of the world, you tell that I have learned from Project Management Institute, provided you talk to the right person. There are people who stop their learning once they cross college. If you're talking to somebody who stopped their learning years back, sure, they will not know. If you ask them PMI, who's that man? They'll ask you. So you should talk to the people who are working smart to grow in their life. If you talk to them, I'm sure they all know what is PMI. So highly recognized. And when you go for any interview, if you put your certificate as your PMI, anything on the PMI certified, you have something. That's a message. Okay. So be proud, be happy when you have PMI. I'm so much proud, even though I have a lot of certificates with me. Anything with the PMI, in my resume, I'll make sure the first thing comes PMI. If I go for any interview, first I'll talk about PMI, then only I'll talk other certificates because the value is pretty high. So this institute has a lot of certificates. I have put up some certificate only here. For example, I have PMI-ACP, Agile certification. We have PMP, we have PGMP, portfolio management, CAPM. If somebody is a junior here, all comes out. Now this is headed by Sunil Prashad, who's the CEO. Very soon he's going to step down, and the new CEO is coming into picture. Okay, that's a little about the PMI Institute. You can Google it or you can search for PMI.org. That's a website name. As I said earlier, we do these courses. You can catch up with us. How do the course look like certificate? The end goal. As Stephen Covey says that, begin with the end in mind. Have you heard about begin with the end in mind? Stephen Covey talks about, hey man, have something in end goal, what to do. So this end goal is achieving the certificate. So Sriram, without certificate, can I do this course? Of course you can. Nobody stops you. But what will happen is if you don't have a certificate, if you don't have a timeline, the intents or the preparation model start dropping down until you are a so self-driven person. If not, it'll drop down. So my recommendation is have a date for your examination, approximately. So the final date of exam, the certificate will come like this, a purple color, beautiful certificate, PMI-ACP, looks good. I like this. And a market date. So let me give a minute to you. can you all take a paper and write a tentative date, maybe 5 or 8 weeks from now? Shriram, pretty long, could be. That's okay. I don't want you to crunch very heavily. 5 to 8 weeks from now is a good, decent time you can clear the exam. Beyond that, if you want, go for 12 weeks. Don't go beyond that. 5, 8, 12 weeks. In this timeline, can you check your calendar and find a date? And this date could be Happy New Year, could be something different. Can you mark and give me a done in the chat message? Take a paper and mark it as I'm Agile certified and put a date. I am Agile certified. I am Agile certified, put a date. Don't tell that I will, I am. Your brain works like that, I am. Many people did for PMP and it worked. I know some of you here done, right? And you want to agree that, yeah, I did like that for PMP. Okay, there are some people for PMP, they put like that and it's worked. So what you're going to do here is you're going to put something like, I'm Agile certified. Okay, that's very important. Good. Right, Santosh has given a date already, 27th December, he is going to crack it. Fantastic. I like that, Santosh. Good, thanks for being a front runner. So, you know what? Telling the date is a little scary for people. What if I don't do that? Actually, we should not think immediately on negative side. We have to think, yes, we'll make it happen. If your brain says, I want to do, back of the mind says, will I do it? You yourself question like that, then slowly your brain's not trust you. Your brain has a split personality. You have to keep telling that, yes, it will work. Good. I am Agile certified. I can see a lot of you. 30th January, Santosh. Very good. Both two Santosh are there, huh? Okay. I think Santosh are the names, they give them a date very much open in the chat. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Super good. Let's get in. Now you set up people in the YouTube. You guys are doing something there. Mansa says, I'm Agile certified on 25th of January. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Great. You know what? The year-end discussion going to come in a corporate. Is there, right? Year-end review. In year-end review, they're going to check out how you did in the whole year. And definitely your senior management going to set a goal for you. Have you done something? Have you achieved something? They're going to ask you. So what are you going to tell? You will tell that, hey, I'm into Agile plans. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Let's go. Thanks a lot for everyone writing down. I believe you write down a paper somewhere which is visible for you, or keep it in a desktop, keep it in a mobile. Anything goal you set, keep it visible. Don't hide somewhere. If you feel that your family members seeing that will make fun of you, write in a way that they may not understand. You can make understand. I have a big monthly calendar. In the calendar, every date I would have marked something. And some of my family members know that. They come that they know this is okay written. I have all a pin code of writing something, so that I can, once I see that, I know that this is what's going to happen. I would have written for next 3-4 months. My calendar will be fully filled here and there. Some will happen, some will not happen. But that's okay. But point here is, are you at least thinking about it? Are you working out? Now, I'm seeing some of you say January 30th, January 25, December 27. Few more are given a date. Since you're given a date now, your mind is a little more clear. Next 2 months, what you have to do. You will try to avoid the distractions. You will try to avoid getting away out of the path. You will be in the track. That's the reason we give a date. Good. With this, begin with the end in mind. Let's kick start. Super good. So what is the eligibility? I am sure most of you would have read this in PMI website, or I would have explained it earlier. I'll do a quick thing. Again, we'll come back here. Let's not put too much of time here. Quick thing is, you should show at least 1.8 years of experience for your application. And application, we have a template. We'll explain you what to do. Just follow enough. Don't worry now. Anybody PMP certified here, you have to show only 8 months of experience, because already you are PMP certified. They don't ask you this. PMP certified means your application is with them already. So they know that who you are. So you have to show only 8 months of stuff. This also I will explain. So don't worry right now. You are good. Application, never ever worry. It's taken care. Right. Let's move a little more. Talking something about the examination. 120 questions. 3 hours of examination, no break in between for the examination. And you will have 20 questions as pre-test question. What is pre-test? Pre-test means these questions are kept as a question to analyze and understand from PMI perspective. They want to see how people are answering these questions. So effectively, 100 questions will be your exam mark. 20 questions they give mark, but really it's not well exposed. So 120 questions are examination. This 20 are pre-test question. Don't worry about pre-test. In exam, you may not know it's pre-test or normal. All questions look same. And after completing ACP exam, how much points you have to gather? You have to gather 30 professional development unit PDUs. Okay. And anyone with the PMP certificate here today, since you attend these classes, you will get 21 PDUs for your PMP. Ooh, is it a good deal? I think it's a good deal. You are learning something, also you're getting a points. So your PMP certificate renewal process starts from today. Wow, that's cool, man. Bala Murli says I'm PMP certified. Good, Bala. So anyone PMP certified, your renewal starts from today. What it means, once next 3-4 weeks, the class gets over, you just go there, put ShriLearning and you put this stuff, you will get 21 hours done. Fantastic. Right. And next year, do one more certificate, maybe scaled agile, another 20 hours done, 40 hours over. Let's listen to some other webinars, 60 hours over. But don't be in a rush. I see some people telling that I want to renew my PMP certificate within 2 months. What's the point? PMI says gather 60 points. You can take some months of time, slowly gather it. What it means is you are learning yourself. PMI Institute want to know that you are gathering some knowledge over a period of time, so that they can renew your certificate telling you are knowledgeable. Our guys go and sit within 6 hours, they get 60 points. 6 hours, 60 points. How you got, man? I got here, I got. So don't do that. Go the normal way. You listen to the class, 1 month later, do another class, or 2 months later. Anything do in a gradual way, right? Don't be so rushed to throw something. Right, fee structure. Here the fee structure, I assume some of you members, some of you non-member. A non-member, you have to charge around 38,000 if you're in India. If it's a member, 25. It's a good deal, I believe, right? Nearly 13,000, you're going to get benefit. How many of you member here with the PMI Institute? You paid huge money to become a member. Anyone here membership? You hold it? If you hold it, good deal. Oh, you're right. Balab says, yes, I am. Okay, a bunch of people are members here. If you're members, I'm really feel happy. You're going to save around 13,000 rupees towards examination. It's a good deal, actually good deal. Great. Non-member person, I think you have to pay the membership fee. Membership fee itself around $125 or $29. It's huge money. People out of India, you have to pay around $495 and $435 respectively. Okay, that's a little about the exam and questions. How it's going to be all are objective type questions. There is no fill in the blanks. There is no match the following. Very straight, all object type questions. That's how it's going to be. Out of 4 choices, you will choose 1 choice towards examination. That's how it is. Okay. Let's go a little more. Before I jump, any questions on the examination part? Anyone have it? Neetu is asking 25,000 nice plus GST. I assume it's including that because when they disclose amount, it should including all. That's a feel. However it is. Let me also check it one more time. Okay. That's for Neetu. Any questions on the exam part? Right. Plus GST. Okay, Rahul confirmed it. It's plus GST. 29. Okay, great. Thanks, Rahul, for confirming. So 29 is your amount if you are a member. Okay, let's go with classes now. Let's kickstart the learning. So we have 7 chapters. Let's start with the first one. Can somebody confirm me in this, any other chapter you have seen anywhere? Something about principles, value, stakeholders, team, adaptive, problem solving, continuous improvement. Have anyone seen any of this before some other place, in some other courses? Okay, Rajiv says, I've seen that in PMP. Stakeholder I've seen in PMP. Very good. Very good. Part of PMP. Right. Good. Nice to see that confirmation. Thanks for that. Right. Agile practice guide. Very good. In Agile practice guide, you should have seen Agile principles as well. right? That's what have happened. Nice. Good to know. Good to know. Thanks for confirming. So people here, you may possess some basic knowledge. That's a good news, right? Let's go a little more. Thanks for confirming. I'm just trying to see, are you having the ground knowledge before you go in? Here it is. These are the set of books recommended from PMI for ACP exam. Can you count and tell me how many books you see here? The recommendation books from PMI Institute. How many books are there? Meantime, there is a question from YouTube. All right. Coding with Jiril, that's the name of the person. If we have PMP, price will reduce. Right. So question is really interesting. It is not about if you have PMP, the question will reduce. I mean, the price will reduce. If you have PMP, if you fill your application form, certain things you may not need to fill. That is there. And when you did PMP, if you got membership as PMI member, then there is a price reduction. That is what you saw, 25 plus GST, right? It's not because you PMP certified that reduce. That is not there. Okay, coming back to your chat message, I'm seeing that nearly 12 books are there. Do anyone thought that for Agile, you ought to read 12 books? You would have thought it's okay. We will read one book and clear the exam. But you'll be surprised. We have more books than PMP here. So there are a lot of books given here, are reference books. In this, we may not go to all the books. We will pick up Agile Practice Guide, which is already there. And also we pick another book, very interesting book in the market. I believe you all have a copy of it called Mike Griffith's PMI-ACP Exam Preparation. This is a book highly recommended, highly recommended. It has 7 chapters. It has a beautifully written, very simple language, layman level language. And every chapter has a chapter question. If somebody can read this, I am sure you easily clear the exam. On top of that, off late, I'm recommending to read Agile Practice Guide also. But many of us coming from PMP background, you will have, if somebody not having from background, these 2 books you will read. Then why this one, Shriram? This is Essential Scrum. I found personally it's interesting. When I read this book, some sort of terminologies, some of the new concepts I could read through. It's a little bigger book and it's not for exam, but somebody want to become a little more and strong in Agile or Scrum at least, please go for this. Even though we read a lot of Agile, under the Agile umbrella, Scrum is being highly used in the companies. Nearly 60% of the companies who follow Agile follow Scrum. So obviously you should know how Scrum works. So this book is pretty decent book, the last one to read, but not for exam, extra reading purpose. Okay. If not, these 2 is sufficient enough to clear the exam. These 2, along with that in ShriLearning, we have 4 full practice exams for ACP. Full means 120 questions. So if you're going to practice 4 full practice exams with these 2 books, 5, 6 or 7 weeks, it's over. Nothing more than that to do. Okay, that's a message. There's a question here. How about the book Is the PMI-ACP by Sumanta Boral? So sorry, first time I'm hearing this book name. I couldn't comment, Santosh. I'll see that. I usually recommend something on international standard, which is so good for a bunch of countries. Maybe this book is good. I'm yet to view it, so hard to comment now. Okay, I'll see that. If you have information, share with me. I'll read it once, the index and some portion of it, and then I'll comment if it's good or bad. Okay. Okay, that's great. That's great. But again, we generally go with international branded certificate level content because language should be broad. Exam will not be normal language. Exam will have international language. So we recommend that model. Okay, let's talk more. Thanks for telling some book exists like that. Okay, let's move a little more. Application form filling. Application form filling is, will take care in the sense of going forward to the filling the form. When will fill the form? When close to the exam, we'll fill the form. But my recommendation is when the classes are happening, when you come to last week of the class, let's fill the form and submit it. Because the moment you submit the form, they approve it, sense of accomplishment comes in. You feel, okay, I have some energy, I can do something. So we'll fill the form as we get closer. I will guide you on the last week of the class. That's about it. Right, very good, Santosh. If it works, happy for you. Let know. We will also see, is it really useful? Okay, right. A little about me, Sriram Kumar here. I'll be your agile coach for the rest of the weeks and guide you towards examination. So what I'm doing here, I have few certificate on agile. I have to show that because you have to believe me. So in order to believe me, so I have few things in agile. I possess a Scrum certified, which is where I started. Then I did ACP in 2017, I believe. Yeah, 2017 I did it. And SPC I did in 2019. This is a scaled agile program consultant. So this is all interesting. I'm seeing this question here. What is the highest certification PMI? PMI highest certification, they don't rank it high and low. They never rank it. But they are called as a premium certificate. Premium is always PMP for them because it's called flagship or premium because PMP is highly reputed in 200 countries. So definitely PMP stands tall, but they don't rank. They don't do that mistake, right? So again, coming back out here, PMP I did some back, DevOps I did some back. This year, what you did, Shriram, something I'm learning, but again, not as a certificate. My learning as a certificate this year is not happening. That's a little bad for me. And again, I possess some of the masters with me, which helps me. And also I do some coaching factors. This all happens around me. So Monday to Friday, I work in a company. Why I have to tell that? My working knowledge helps me in explaining the classes. What I explain in the classes helps me in the working knowledge. So some ask me, Shriram, why don't you become full-time coach? I don't feel full-time coach will help me because I should have practical knowledge. If I don't have a practical knowledge, I'm a guy who talks from the books. I don't want to be marked as a coach, only a book guy. I want to be a person who really practice it, know the pain of it, and then speak about it. I've seen some of the doctors come and give sessions in big universities who are already practicing as a doctor. So you know real blood, real people, and then you come and talk. That's very important. So I feel that's important. I know it's a little tough. Monday to Friday, you have to put a job, and then Saturday, Sunday, you have to come for classes, but I'm enjoying it. It's really, really good. So thanks all for being here, for supporting me here, right? Vasant is asking, what is the sequence of learning? Okay, Vasant is asking sequence of learning. By the way, ranking sequence, both the question are for school and college, not for professional. You are in the age of professionalism. If you're asking the school, first standard, second standard, third standard, makes sense. If you're asking something which is a bigger IIT, IIM, makes sense. You are in a professional environment. When you say professional, you should know that there is no order, there is no sequence. You have to decide which one you want to do. As I go to any restaurant as a buffet, you have to decide, do I need to start with the soup or do I need to go with the starters or straight away to the ice cream? Up to you. You're grown up. If you're a kid, your mom will be next to you. No. First you have to take a soup. But you're an adult, you know what to do, right? So you have to look eyes which certificate will fit in for you. If your company is asking agile oriented, you look for agile related certificate. If your company is asking for more onto risk management, RMP certificate will help you. If your company is asking on program management, project management, PMP will help you. So you have to look in that dimension, not by somebody putting a ranking, right? It's up to you because you are the professional here. Hope that help you, Vasant. Yeah, we are grown up. We are in a big role right now. We do take responsibility. Great. Now, time to introduce yourself. Quick introduction of some of you. I know we won't take much time. Quick wrap we'll do. I thought of dividing the team, but we have very less number of people, hardly 20 people. So I think we'll quickly run through. Anyone here, you comb your hair, put some powder and get ready, fashion, fair and lovely, look good. Shall we quickly see each other, say hi, hello? and what's a little about your background, and then move on. I'm just going to stop sharing. Let me see you if you're available to show your face. Okay. Still no, Shriram. I'm still with a blanket inside my card. If you feel that, I don't know to bug you, but give it a try. Okay. Just tell about. I know your names are visible here. Last minute, I'll tell you. So what you'll do is quickly tell only the name and the domain you come from, right? Because I want to know which domain you're coming from, and maybe one more line, what pushes you towards Agile, right? So we want to start. Somebody want to say hi?
Yeah, good morning. This is Bala Murli. I am
Hey, Bala.
from oil and gas background.
Mhm.
And for doing ACP, because of you, you are the motivator for me. I have come for the course.
Very good. Very good. Nice to know, Bala. Welcome from oil and gas industry. We have a person. Nice to know. Thanks, Bala. Yes.
Hello everyone, myself Avdut Chitade. I am from IT background. I also possess domain experience before I moved to IT. And my motivation for coming to this particular course is we have just started using kind of agile methodology in our projects. I know we are late, but it's never late to learn. So I just thought this course would definitely help me, and I'm also preparing for a PMP. So I think this course is going to complement that as well.
That's interesting. Good. IT background person. Nice. Thanks, Sujat.
Hi, hello, good morning, everyone. This is Santosh Bisay. I am from Pune. I am from information technology from banking perspective. I have recently done my PMP certification. I am already Prince 2 certified, VMware, ITIL, cloud computing. There are 6 certification I had. So this will be the 7th certification, MSD Dhoni's number, which I am trying to achieve that number by 30th January. I was part of your this WhatsApp group, and then from last several months, I can say from March, I'm following to you, your questionnaires and everything. I'm in touch with Rahul also, and yes, of course, you motivated for me all those things.
Good.
And
Good to know.
I'm very much confident with your guidance. I'm definitely achieve my 7th certification.
Superb. Okay. So I think you may not stop at 7, right? Keep going. More to come on the way.
Yeah,
Nice.
I can say now there is always someone motivator like my spouse. Okay, she is already scaled. She's having a lot of certifications. So yes, we are motivating each other. Like we say ना कि हर एक आदमी के success में उनके spouse का हाथ होता है. Yes, it is applicable for me as well.
God, man, in the morning you're giving a booster to her. I believe she's sitting next to you.
Yeah, she is there.
That's why. Okay, your morning breakfast is ready, man. You're good.
No, I had, but it's a fact for everyone, I can say.
That's really good. Nice. Thanks. It's good, right? Spouse means sometimes we take it for granted. We don't talk much about our corporate and growth side.
Yeah.
We talk only family things, if not maybe something in the movies and politics we spend time. Very less people spend time with their spouse on the growth factor, what to do next.
Yeah, it's
Right?
a professional growth motivator.
Right, really appreciable. Good. There is something called in management, non-management, on most successful people. They say that find motivated partners around you. Could be your friends, could be a spouse. It makes you to be a little more active. It's something like 2 batteries in the toy makes more good music than 1 single battery. So it has more power. So good, you're doing a good job. I appreciate it.
As you said rightly at the start of the session, it's a common sense. So yes, we are applying the common sense here as well.
Perfect. Right, you rock. Great, good. Anyone else?
Hi, Sriram. Myself, Vasant here.
Vasant. Yes,
Yeah,
Vasant, please go ahead.
I am also from the IT background. I'm a web developer. Recently, I was PSM certified. So I feel like you are the motivator for me. Like in one of the success stories, you mentioned you need to think 5 years of now or 3 years of now. So I thought I need to a future perspective. So I need to do like PMI-ACP and also the PMP and the kind of thing. So that's the reason I joined here.
Perfect. You start putting a track for yourself.
Yes.
Self-made. Keep rocking. Good job. Thanks for doing that, Vasant.
Hi, this is Rajiv here. Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Nagendra here. So I am from the healthcare background, and PMP is the motivation for me, and obviously ShriLearning. That is the background for PMP to clear my PMP certification. So PMP is the motivation for me to come to ACP exam as well, to ACP certification as well.
Good wishes, Nagendra.
Thank you.
Right. Rajiv.
Hi, this is Rajiv here from Singapore. I have recently completed my PMP. I am from the digital platform background where I'm doing partnerships. And I was wanting to do this PMI course, and I took it for granted that this will be comparatively easy compared to the PMP. That's when I just got in touch with Alicia Tevis. I'm sure she's learned from your platform. And she gave me an insight saying that PMP was comparatively easier for her than the ACP. So that was kind of an eye-opener for me. And she recommended me to come to this platform to know more about and coach myself towards the ACP. So hence I'm here.
Okay, that's a good one. But again, yeah, Alicia is a good student. She read really well. At the same time, I don't want to compare the certificates. Each has its own plus and minus. But at the same time, PMP subject is pretty high. ACP will be little bouncer if we don't practice Agile well in corporate already. And because we may be only having theoretical knowledge. The practical knowledge will be hitting a little hard for somebody who didn't fully practice. That's where it comes in. If not, yes, it's doable. Don't worry. And we will learn a lot deeper on this. Thanks. Good to have you, Rajiv.
Hi, I'm Sangeeta here from Singapore. Yeah, I have done my PMP in 2017, I believe. At that time, there was no Agile, nothing of that sort, even in our company, basically. And then recently I did CSM in 2018. So recently I saw that in the PMP classes, my husband is one of your students in the latest batch. Anand, you know him. So I saw that Agile is a great part of PMP, and that made me go for this.
I think you made a right decision. Still, since you learned CSM, you may have a hold of what Agile is all about. Yeah. But again, as a broader level, we have to learn Agile. Good thought. You took the right decision. Good wishes, Sangeeta.
Thank you.
Hey, Shriram. Hi, Krish.
Sonal, yes,
Sorry,
please.
someone is.
No, go ahead.
Hi, Shriram. Good morning. I'm Stella here. Hi, everyone. I have done my PMP certification on November 6th. So that's a great motivation. You are the great motivator for me to continue my pursuing certifications, and helping me to come to the ACP classes as well. So I believe that I will do this as well. Thank you.
Cool. Good wishes, Stella. Right.
Hi.
We heard a couple of more voices here. Please go ahead, Sonal. Sonal, right? One more person.
Hi, my name is Kirti, and I'm from US time zone, so it's around 9:30 now here. So I'm just cruising through this session. Hopefully, I'll be awake and listen through those sessions and get all the notes.
Okay.
So my background is I work as a business analyst in healthcare industry. I am a certified Scrum Master, but as you said, you compared it very well with high school and IIT. I think this PMI-ACP is going to be a little difficult for me because I know the basics, but as I hear from everyone here, it's PMP and PMI-ACP standard. It's much more higher, so I'm in the learning process. Like everyone else, and I'm just hoping I can crack the exam and get myself certified.
Great, Kriti. First, thanks a lot staying awake at 9:30 p.m. And we're going to have a couple of more hours. You have to sit there. Really appreciate it. That too, Friday night, Netflix movies are calling you, but still you made sure you be here.
Yeah, I think all your testimonies and YouTube videos and is like a great motivation. So that's like a big step for me.
Great. At the same time, don't worry much about Agile. You will definitely make it because since you're practicing as a Scrum Master, I'm sure a lot of edges you may be aware already. Right? Well, let's put things together.
I hope so. Thank you.
Great. That's good. Santosh, you want to go?
Shriram.
Oh, sorry, Sonal. Go ahead.
Okay, Shriram, this is Reshma. Sorry, I logged in with my other email ID.
Okay.
So, so I'm from IT background. I completed my PMP 6 months back. And to start PMP, the main motivation was for Agile Mindset. Okay,
Very
so
good.
that's the reason I took PMP, because when I got to know that PMP is including Agile, that's where I thought that, okay, I'll take first PMP. And
Right.
then after that, I wanted to start ACP, but because of some or other reason, I couldn't do it. So now it's the right time before year ends. I thought I'll enroll for the ACP and take
Perfect decision. Perfect decision. Agile is a continuous learning. That's what my feel is. Just reading the books alone, we may not get it. We have to practice it. It'll take little time. So what you did is a good decision. Good wishes. Yeah, Santosh, if you want to go.
Yeah, hi Shriram, morning. And this is Santosh. I'm from Bangalore, India, and I started doing practicing Agile from year 2018. I struggled 1 year in my company. It's on engineering, leading an engineering team, mostly towards IT and software. So I started this Agile as a Scrum Master in 2017. I struggled for 1 year as a practicing Scrum Master directly. So I thought to do a certification in CSM in 2019. So post that, the confidence level, everything has changed. All the struggles which I was facing for last 1 year were resolved in just matter of 3 months. So that's where it's a kickstart for me towards an Agile. It helped me from the company side of it as well as practicing directly.
Right.
So on the next year, that motivation continued, but I picked SAFE SA because my company was scaling into the next level. And so I had completed SAFE SA in the year 2020. And that year I had thought like every year I need to do some certification to continue this learning journey. So this year was actually planned for PMP, but somehow I felt this was a challenging year, both in terms of Agile as well as the attrition which is going in the team, motivating them. So what I thought is like there are still few bits to cover in Agile. CSM and SAFE has not completely helped me to understand the remaining areas in the Agile world. So when I was trying to explore what else is available in Agile, then I've seen this ACP. Probably I found it very late. I could have done that before SAFE, but it's never late today. So I plan to do 2021. I planned for ACP, and the next year I'm planning for PMP. So that's all about me. Thank you.
Very good. I can see your calendar totally full then. Okay, nice. A lot of items on the way. Nice. Good wishes. Keep rocking. And Stella puts in the chat, hey, I am from healthcare background. I missed to mention. Good. I am having one person from healthcare. Good. Manas, you want to go?
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Ram. Good morning. This is Manas from Chennai. So I work in an IT background, and the motivation behind this ACP is, to be frank, I don't practice Agile in my office. I don't have any opportunity. I'm completely new, and yes. So, but fortunately, I cleared CSM certification this last month. So I thought, okay, let's go for the next level. So thinking to doing ACP next Jan, and maybe after 2 months I'll try for PMP as well.
That's good. Really good. CSM learning kickstarts. For me, it starts from CSM. If you ask me,
of course, because I know CSM is a very if we compare it will be very low level, but to be frank, it is the motivator for me because till I clear the exam, I was not aware of that this was an open book or something like that, because I was preparing very hard for it. But after clearing, after looking at the question and all the pattern type, I thought, okay, fine, this is something we can do it one day as well. But that was the motivator for me, because
right.
I was
perfect. See, nothing low or high here. I value CSM very much because I did CSM in 2015, I believe. 2015 I did. And as you rightly said, questions were easily available in the Google. Copy paste, will get the answer. But I'm not. Then I found exam is not the intention here. Learning is intention. Right? Somewhat in our Indian books and school system, exams are very focused more than learning. So CSM is more interested on learning. The 2 days of classes, the coach, when they explain, they'll explain the everyday ceremonies. They explain how a servant leader should work. They explain it. That 2 days of learning is very important than the exam. But unfortunately, in our system of studies, only when the exam is tougher, we'll start reading. If not, we don't read.
Absolutely. After appearing the exam, I got to know that okay, that was the most important part, appearing for the session for 8 hours, 8 hours 2 days. That was the most important, actually. Yes, correct. You are absolutely
right. So that could be one of the reason in ShriLearning we made sure classes should be very effective. All right, and because some of our classes, people come for class, but they don't go for exam. But still, they should learn well. Not the exam is the only motivation, because somehow our schooling and college system is exam motivated. I said not exam motivated. Class learning should be very important. So rightly said, appreciate that and good wishes for your success.
Thank you.
All right, Nitish is there. Hey Nitish, you want to talk?
Yeah, good morning, Sriram. Good morning, everyone. I have experience of close to 15 years in IT, manufacturing industry, and over 11 years towards the automobile domain, I should say. And when I started my career, it was oil and gas sector, but then gradually I moved to core manufacturing, that's automotive. And
hey, your mic is not pretty clear, or maybe you just got up from the bed.
Yes, Sriram, I'm joining from UK, so it's 2:30. Oh, sorry, 3 o'clock in the night.
Okay, I'm trying to get it, but clear words are not coming to me, so I couldn't really observe you well.
Okay, so I'm joining from UK. It's 3 o'clock in the night.
Oh, it's pretty. Oh, which place you said?
UK.
Oh man, just now it's pretty dark, pitch dark in the morning.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. It's 3 o'clock in the night, so probably.
You should say 3 o'clock in the morning, man.
Yeah, sorry, it's in the morning.
Okay, right.
I just geared up to join all the classes which are needed here.
I understand.
This year I completed my PSM1 and PSPO1. So as a part of my interest, I thought to go with PMI-ACP.
Great. I really appreciate it. Hope your family member don't scold you. Whom you are talking in the morning, 3 o'clock?
No, they are very well aware, and they're sleeping in the next room. So I'm just.
I really appreciate the passion what you have. You're able to wake up 3 o'clock means 2:30. You have to wake up. Oh man, definitely it's the middle of the night. So fine, good. Thanks for taking the effort. Definitely you can also listen to the recordings. And but again, session goes 3 hours. Once you wake up by 4:30, you can hop in and see what's happening. Yeah, that you can do.
Sure. Thank you very much for your motivation.
Great. Good wishes. I appreciate your passion. Good wishes.
Thank you.
Great. Anyone else?
Hi, Sriram. This is Umar Sayed.
Hey, Umar.
I am a PMP certified. I work as a solution architect in a telecom company. So for me, it's like doing certifications is like a continuous learning. So which I cultivated since 4 or 5 years. So every year I target some certifications and complete it. So this year I believe I hopefully will clear ACP.
Wow, it's cool, man. I see a lot of people have this goal of every year something to be done. God's sake. I really appreciate this online system came in. It has opened the doors. If not, imagine we have to travel to different city, learn. I somehow feel the countries like India or countries like Africa. Shriram, why you put Africa? Because I know a lot of people from Africa, some of my friends I have, amazing knowledge from these people. For unfortunately, they don't have the environment. They don't have a facility. Because of that, they couldn't explore. They were stuck there. Now look at the way the internet opened the doors. Anyone can learn from anywhere.
True.
And next 5-10 years, how it's going to change the world upside down. Imagining it's really great. Super. Great, Amar. Good and nice to know that. Great. Mr. Balaji.
Hey, hi, Sriram.
Hey, Balaji.
Yeah. I completed my PMP on 2019 and thought to complete the ACP as well on the same duration, but got distracted. I got into technical certification. And for Google Cloud Platform Architect certification as well, and completed on November 4th last week. So I'm from a different technology altogether. So I just want to be a technical manager perspective. So worked in a waterfall methodology before I get certified in PMP. Then for the past couple of years, I'm working in Agile deliverables. Played as a Scrum Master as well. So I thought to get ACP as well in my profile. So that's a major reason.
Nice. Good to know. Good to know, Mr. Balaji. I know I saw your Google certificate as well. Nice. Keep learning. Keep up the momentum. Nice. Good. I have a lot of people here who are got lot certified, awarded. I think all the star players are here today. Nice to have you all. Any more? Did I miss anyone here? You want to say hello?
Yeah, hi Shriram, Neetu here.
Hey Neetu, how do we miss you? Go ahead.
Hi everyone. My name is Neetu Singh and I belong to the IT domain. I'm already working as a project manager and I completed my PMP certification back in September. And I aspire to be a technical program manager. So for that, I need a knowledge of, the ACP as well. And so that's why I'm here.
Good, good, good. She's an award winner also in the corporate. Okay. Okay. I think some of the faces you see here, people recognize. I have seen her success story in YouTube. I have seen him in success story, right? All these people are available on YouTube also. Famous stars are here. Good. Thanks, Neetu, for that. Good to have you all. Did I miss anyone? I believe you touched everyone. Hey, thanks a lot. People in YouTube, of course, I can't hear you. Maybe you can put us a message here, a little wording about you. And why this needed on the first day? Because a good introduction, a warm-up is very important. I used to do this when I go for the PMP classes. When I started as a PMP coach years back, I used to do in hotels or in conference rooms. So we'll have hardly 20, 30 people. I personally love to go and listen to each one. I remember the names. I will recall them for next 5 days or 4 days of classes. This is a habit I used to have because the more I connect, the better I can help them with the subject. If I know which domain they come from, I give some examples for them. This is how I started. Now, what happened after some time is the number went high. The number of people are very high. It's so hard to get introduction from everyone. That could be the reason sometime in PMP, I could not get everyone's name. But generally, I usually personally reach them in the WhatsApp to understand who they are. So this I do recent days, but if not, this kind of introduction I have not done for a long time. So it's nice to hear you all. Thanks a lot for being here early morning, some of them mid of the night, and really, really big effort here. So now what we'll do is we'll continue. We'll have a break in next 15 to 20 minutes. Before that, we'll kickstart something on the subject. We'll go deep inside. As I said earlier, first 2 weeks, I will cover first 2 chapters. I will talk a lot about Agile principles, manifesto, Scrum methodology, extreme programming, Kanban model, lean methodology, and I'll give servant leadership. The first 2 weeks, you'll get a lot about what you have to do on a base level. After that, the 3rd and 4th week, I'll start talking about people handling in Agile. And we'll talk about adaptive planning. These all I'm going to talk. Now let's kickstart with the subject. Thanks a lot for everyone giving introduction. So nice to hear you all. And many of you having a great goal that you want to get certified continuously. That's really interesting. Okay, subject, let's go. Agile principles and mindsets, let's do that. Here, Agile, the moment they say they're not forcing anything on us, they just give a word that doing Agile, being Agile. Being Agile is thinking that anything which can serve better to the customer is Agile, right? Anything you can serve better. So let's see something on Agile Mindset video to kickstart. I'll play some video here and there and be prepared to have a better sound for yourself. I'll also keep my sound max. Let me play.
Written in 2001, basically software methodology people came together and wanted to articulate the different way of working that they had been doing compared to what the rest of the industry was doing. Really, Agile is a mindset. It's a way of thinking that's defined by 4 values, described by 12 principles, and then manifested through an unlimited number of practices or different ways of working. And it's simply a deep understanding and culture of learning and experimentation and trying things out. Any creative work will benefit from this notion of an agile way of working. One of the misconceptions about agile is sort of why, right? Why do I want to become agile? Is it just to be more efficient and more effective? And I think for some people, they may say yes, but for me, it's not that. It really is about customer centricity. Agility is the best way to serve your customer, right? The customer today is in a constant state of motion. There's a lot changing for customers at all times, and acknowledging and understanding that because I want to be more customer centric and that the customer is in a constant state of change, I need to be more flexible, agile in the way I work. And when I say I'm saying, marketing people, HR people, finance people, product development, content creators, sales, any discipline, any function that is trying to serve a customer. Agile becomes a necessity, not a nice to have, because you will not be able to truly surprise and delight and fulfill the needs of your customer without having a way of working where we are co-creating and trying things out and experimenting and inspecting and adapting and innovating and being okay with failure. It is a different mindset. It is a different set of capabilities. And I think if you just boil it down to doing things differently, that's all you're going to do. You're just going to do a bunch of things differently. But if you want to be a different person that is ready for, the next century of how business is done and creative work and customer centricity, that requires a journey, a learning journey for yourself. But it's a journey worth pursuing because it will change you, and it will change the way you work, and it will change what you can do for your customer.
Okay, it's a quite good intro video to tell what we think about Agile, right? I believe some of you got a hold of what they're trying to say here. And okay, let me see a couple of words from you. What do you observe in this video? What are the words capture your eyes? You may be from different industry. You may be thinking different about Agile. Give me one word, what you captured in this video. Anything did you capture? Customer centricity, very good. Sangeeta says, I found customer centricity. Nitish says, flexibility is important. Nagendra says, failure is okay. Look at the way people have observed. Really great. Really good. Interesting, right? Adapting to change, right? Great. Customer value is the highest priority, Vasan says. Okay. Nice. Good to see the way you all observed key points. So customer centricity, flexibility, adapting to change, customer value is the highest priority, understanding changing requirements, continuous improvement. We also saw something called inspection. You inspect yourself, right? Those are all factors. And being agile or mindset is more important. That's what I expect. Thanks a lot for all the points here. The points looks pretty interesting. And in the chat, I'm seeing Arya says a change. Change is inevitable. It's going to happen. Now, how do you see these things together? Agile is one of the best platform right now. You can question me, Shriram, Agile is the only way? Maybe today. I keep telling that anything we do now will reflect after 40 years. So in 1970s and 80s, Agile was so highly used in Japanese market, and Japan was so successful, even though being a very small country. Now we are adopting whatever Japan did years back. I don't think these are all coming from America. These are all coming from Japan. Japan via America. So they branded it really well, actually. Americans know how to brand it. They branded well. But again, don't be surprised. China may bring something in 20 years. Don't underestimate China. I know we may not sometimes like neighbors, but China making trouble. I'm not saying no, but they have some new model which they are working, which is working for them, such a mass crowd, which is not witnessed so far in the world. The world never witnessed such a mass crowd. Still they can grow. There could be some format. We don't know. This will come into books in the next 25 years. So be prepared, something will come. But by the time, only Agile will be there. So don't worry. Shriram, syllabus will change. No, it won't change. It will take another 25, 30 years. But point here is, what I want to put, what Japanese did years back to show continuous improvement, we called as a Kaizen principle, if you heard about it. Kaizen, continuous improvement, small improvement. And they spoke about lean management, reduction of wastage, customer focus, right? These all from the lean management concept, lean manufacturing. There they picked up, and now it is well utilized in IT industry. From IT industry, they found if IT industry can do that, why not me? Why not us? So every industry say that, guys, we are also doing the same sort of job. We are not always a software engineers. We do construction, we do automobile, we are into a pharma. We can also apply the same wordings what you see here. Now I can see some wordings given here telling customer centricity by Sangeeta. Nitish says flexibility, failure is okay, adapting to change. Now tell me, do you think these wordings, what I see here, is only for information technology, or any industry can try this? What is your thought? What is your thought? I would say any industry can try. Nothing wrong in it. Failure is okay. Yeah, you can go for it. Understanding changing requirements, yes, possible. And this is why in the beginning I said Agile is a common sense. So you are understanding what is needed in the market and you are adapting yourself. How much you can, whatever is possible, there you stop. That doesn't mean that you have to forcefully inject something. Don't go and inject forcefully Agile into a place which doesn't fit in. If it doesn't fit in, no, that's it, leave it. I have worked in an IT company. Agile doesn't fit in. I have to go with the waterfall model because that's the expectation from the customer. Customer says, I can't talk every day with you guys. I need some gap. Oop, you have to stay away. I have gone to one of the company, oil and gas company. Oil and gas, they want to adapt Agile. They want every week sprint to happen. Oil and gas, a design-oriented company, which is doing for Saudi Arabia. I was part of the discussion. The board of meeting was happening. All the top executives were there. I thought these people will be so much well-planned work. They said, we do well-planned. Also, we have a portion. We have to be so agile. Wow, that's cool. So there is no industry specific here. Now, every company is looking how much I can be agile, how much I can take the ingredient. So be happy and proud. You are learning the right time. I'll tell you from now, next few years, Agile will be the essence of all the company. By the time you will be 4 or 5 years experienced in Agile. So you'll be the top paid person in the company. Ooh, really? Yep. Okay, quickly touch this and we'll go for a break. As the video says, we have 4 manifesto 12 principles. I'll give some background of this so that you and me will connect here. Some of you would have listened this in the PMP classes. Benefit of all, I'll repeat some content here. By the way, there is an introduction from Prasanna here. Prasanna, good to have you. Prasanna is a PSM, PSPO certified. He's in YouTube now and he's going to join PMP classes today. Welcome, Prasanna. Today is the first day for PMP as well. So today is a bank day for us, ShriLearning. We have 2 sessions starting. In the morning ACP, in the evening PMP. It's going to be back to back. Okay, the video would have given, maybe the video went a little faster. I'll put the highlight here. In the year 2001, February, nearly 17 IT folks joined together. They found that a traditional way of working in a manufacturing construction industry model, which we call as a sequential model, right? Linear model or waterfall model, one after the other, one after the other. First, the discussion of design will happen, requirement, design, develop the work, test it, and move to the customer. This is the order they follow. Requirement means they sit and work for 2 months of requirement. After that, design will happen for 3 months of time. Work will happen for 1 year of time. Testing will go for 3 months of time. Then they deliver it. This is a model, even today, very successful in some industry. Same copy of blueprint taken into information technology. It had a lot of shake. In the year 1970, 80, 90, the 30 years, IT industry suffered. Shriram, why you use the word suffered? The reason is, that was a timeline. Things are changing drastically in the market. And they try to adopt the same industrial model into this information technology. It does not work out. Some projects worked, many failed. By the moment they complete the work, it was outdated content. By the time when they complete the work, it is not aligning with the market expectation. So these all happen. So all these guys, the 17 people, I'll tell you who are the 17 people in some time. 17 people include some of the key folks whom we are going to talk about as the Kanban, Scrum. They are the creators of this group. I mean, the methodology. They were the 17 people. They joined 2001. They found, hey guys, this is not working. Let's put something together. They put together something called Agile Mindset. What they did is they said, let's do like this. Let's talk about 4 values. Let's talk about 12 principles. Now this is 4 plus 12. What it's going to talk is how to satisfy the customer with the earliest delivery. This is what they're going to talk. Another thing they're going to talk here is how to make people so empowered. Who is the people here? Customer is the person who is going to receive. Empowered is the people who is going to do the job. So these two going to work effectively. Customer means the person who is going to receive that. They have to be very happy what they receive. How do they be happy? Quality should be good. The timing should be good of delivery, and you should give what they want. You cannot force them. This is what market having. No, you have to ask them what you want and deliver them. If you can do this, they're very happy. At the same time, the person doing the work, they should be empowered. There should not be any management force on them. Do this, do that. No, they are knowledge workers. I'll talk knowledge workers in some time. They are capable of doing on their own. You don't need to push them. Just enable them. Just tell them, guys, you can. They will do it. If you can do these two, super good. The whole Agile will talk only these concepts. Okay. Of course, a lot of ingredients are there. These are the 2 things. This I'm seeing well in restaurants these days. If you go to a restaurant, they're very much customer oriented. They're asking what food you want. They can increase the spice, reduce the spice. They can ask you how you want to serve. They ask all for the customer perspective. At the same time, the restaurants are respecting the cook and chef really well because they are the knowledge workers. They can think and do something very tasty, very good. So those are the hotels and restaurant chains growing higher. Still, if you were to command and control model, it won't work. So this is happening in restaurant. So where it's happening? At your home, it's happening. 50, 60 years back, the parents and children relationship were different in country like India. Now, parents and children relationship totally different. We are in agile form. What is agile form? Parents well understand about the children, what they need. They allow them, empower them. Children has to look at their parents as servant leader. Of course, sometimes it's not happening. So they have to look back at their parents as servant leader who always there to support you, help you, empower you, not force you, right? I have not seen these days parents are forcing the children. They just leave them at their own, but again, guide them, support them, servant leader. So hotels and your home are well placed to understand agility happening. Now let's go a little deep inside this post break. We'll talk about 4 values, 12 principles. What's actually written there? Your exam, most of the questions going to be in this area. They will in and around this area, they'll have the questions, right? And how this applied to my day-to-day life, Shriram, this 4 and 12, am I going to talk every day? You won't talk every day, but you will practice it. How do you practice? There are certain methodologies. You can see a lot of red color ball here. These balls are coming from different methodologies. One of that is a Scrum. So what you learn in 4 and 12 principles and manifesto is what applied through a methodology called a Scrum, through a methodology called a Kanban, through a methodology called extreme programming or scaled agile. Scaled agile is nothing but a larger scale. I'll explain all these things in the classes. For now, understand, don't be too much driven towards methodology. Understand too much on the left side more than right side. I see some people are so eager. 15 minutes to stand up, sprint review, sprint planning, retrospective, they'll memorize it. That's actually important. I'm not saying no. Before that, you should understand why we do this. If you know anything, why we do, how we do happens automatically. But many are focused on this area. That is why these certifications, people spend more time on how a Scrum works, how a Scaled Agile works. That's fine. But understand from where it is coming. So ACP is going to help you where it comes from. The whole background, it will help you. That's why people clear ACP exams and easily become an Agile coach. They shine as an Agile coach, not just doing everyday ceremonies. They become an expert who can talk Agile end to end, right? So in the right platform, and what we'll do is we're going to go for a break. First thing, thanks all for being here the first 1-2 hours. I know we took much time to get the ground set, introduction done. These are the basics to get the warmness, ice breaking happen. So here on, it will be a whole of subject. I'll start driving deep inside. Okay. Hope things are going good for you. Are you fine for a break for 15 minutes to have your breakfast, dinner, fresh up and come back? Are you good? All right, that's good. Great. I got a yes here. So what we'll do is we'll take 15 minutes break. Once you come back, we'll kickstart things. When you go for the break and come back, have a paper, pen next to you where you'll take some notes. Shriram, these all I know already, Shriram. I have everything in my mind. Well and good, but still write something. Writing makes you connected really well. So catch up some paper and pencil or pen, come back after the break. We'll catch up. Let's enjoy 15 minutes of break. Thanks for being here. Hello viewers, Shriram Kumar here. Hello viewers, Shriram Kumar here with Alicia. Priya, she's from Dubai. She's like 2 Oscar awards with her, and she got one PMP, she got one ACP. She's very excited, and she's a very dedicated person towards exam preparation. All her practice exams, she was scoring 90, 90, 90. I said, wow, she's top on the scale. Very dedicated. All the classes she will attend, take notes, write regularly the writing habits colorfully and keep posting. It's pretty rare to see people so dedicated that do after years of experience, you're in an industry, some we take it for granted, but she didn't do that. She's like a school, college student, always very sincere to that. So Alicia, first thing, congratulations for your great success.
Thank you so much, Shriram. And really, thank you for the guidance. Like, you are right. It boils down to the personal dedication. But it's really something to have a mentor like you, who I would really say the focus is on us. Like, you pushed us. You encouraged us. There is no such thing as this is. It has never been about you. It has always been about us. So the drive is there and the inspiration is there. We really wanted to come out more, seeing the dedication in you and seeing everything that you do, all the lectures. The focus was never ever on anything, not in the institution, not in anything, but on us. Like, we really have to be prepared, and this is it, and this is it. This is about us. So I said, wow.
Thanks for that. That's really a good words from you. First, you have to see the certificate. That's very important, right? The purple color one. Here it is. And this is a beautiful certificate she achieved from PMI Institute. Usually PMI Institute gives this color for PMP few years back. Then they gave orange for PMP and still they continue for ACP. So I have my personal liking for this color because I got my PMP in this color. So I still like it. Getting ACP is a wonderful certificate in the current trend in the market. The reason being is the market is more moving towards Agile and the expectation of Agile is very high. And she really picked up, you can see her certifications going in the line. She's a powerful person now in the market. I'm sure job hunter is going to search her. Where is she? Let's give her a job, get her a job, right? Good. Let's listen from you. So how come this learning passion came for you that you have to get certified?
Okay. See, we've been doing, I came to UAE with a job offer. So I worked for a while, 2 companies. And then after that, started own business. And then my son is in Canada. So just like a couple of months ago, he said, Mama, prepare. I'm going to get you here. So he said there's a program for a parent, grandparent in Canada, and he started joining this one. And by God's grace, we got picked this year. So, but before that, months before that, he said, Mama, I'm going to get you here. So I said, okay, if I'm going to be there, I have to get certified. I mean, I have to have some credentials behind me, not just the experience and everything. So I started searching then. Then what really, I was into the project management. I saw in the reviews and everything that PMP is the thing. So I started preparing for PMP. When I started preparing for PMP, I've already enrolled in some institutions. I found ShriLearning, and I see the stories and stories. I said, wow, the hunger in me. So I was preparing for PMP, and right after I've done my PMP, I guess it's less than 2 months preparation. So after I took the exam and September 2nd, I messaged Rahul for ShriLearning. There was really a hunger already in me I'm going to go for ShriLearning.
I think September 2nd you did, immediately you started the ACP.
Yes, September 3rd, I spoke with Rahul and he got me enrolled and I got the board and I started reading from then.
Wow. Look at the passion. Usually people, they get certified. At least in 10 days, they take break. Okay. I want to relax. Look at you. Your son is calling in Canada, but you want to get all the certification ready before you land there.
Yes.
Wow. What an inspiration you are. Really amazing. Nice to know. And I found you so much focused towards studies. I know the morning when we start the class 7:30 a.m. it should be pretty early morning for you. So are you an early bird person in the morning? You wake up early all the time?
Yes, I am early bird. Like I usually wake up when we start this trainings. This is about 6:30 my time. I'm usually awake before that time.
Okay.
So when we started training, I said I should be done with my daily writing habits before the training starts.
Nice. I found you being all the time in the classes, and I found you all the time writing whatever to be written. So,
Yeah.
I think you enjoyed writing.
Yes, I do.
That's a good thing. And which book you preferred reading? Because for PMP, definitely you read PMBOK a little bit, you read Rita a little bit. You would have known Agile Factor. Now, for the ACP exam, which book you preferred?
I went with your suggestion. I said, you can never be wrong with all these people getting these success stories and all. So I followed what you said. I read the Mike book. I read it maybe 4 times thoroughly.
4 times?
Yes. with notebooks and everything.
Right.
And I read it chapter by chapter, and there is chapter tests in ShriLearning for every chapter. I do it. I never finish it. I would know it's done because it's not 10 anymore. It's just 3 remaining. I said I have to finish it all. So actually, before we started the training, I'm done with the mic and the Agile Practice Guide. Wow. I'm also done with the exam content outline because I said, having a taste of the PMP, I know they go really by the exam content outline. So I said I made it a point that these 3. So I focused with Mike, as you mentioned, the Agile Practice Guide, and the exam content outline.
Perfect. So much dedication you had. Usually people after the class and they read some subject. I think you went a little faster. And reading wise is good. Agile Practice Guide, Mike Griffith is good. And I think you did practice full exams, that 120 questions, 3 hours exam. And I could see you scoring 93, 94. How you did that? In the sense, did you use all 3 hours or you go faster? How you do that exam?
Actually, maybe because I did all the chapter tests religiously and I read the chapters religiously. Really, I never miss all those readings. It's not reading. This is reading with notes each time. So that's why maybe I got that in the test because I've over prepared for that.
Well prepared, more than over, well prepared. And one thing I found with you is so humble you are. Even though you read the book all, you know all the content, you will just keep observing the class. Go ahead. I found you so nice listening in the classes. So now let's talk a little about the main exam. So you went for center-based or proctor?
I went for center-based.
Okay. Was the experience good in Dubai, the center facilities?
See, sometimes we go for familiar things. I wanted to go for the center, which I took the PMP, but they don't have something near. They have at least 2 weeks. So I said, I cannot wait also that long. So I went for something. I was not really very comfortable. And then I knew that the exam has no breaks. I asked them if I can take a break, even if you deduct it with from my time. The man said no. The lady said yes. I said okay. I'm not okay. I'm not going to take break anyway. But just in case. So the day started not so okay. I was not as much as okay as when I did the PMP. It was really. I'd like to thank you so much for telling me just for anything, just continue, just move on, because I was very anxious. At that time, despite all the preparations I did, you are right, I was so nervous. I don't have confidence. So when I sat in the exam, I said, what is this? This is so foreign to me. I just went on. I was just digging in my mind, which part is this in the book, which part is this in the ECO, which part. But I felt like, what is this? There is so much, and you just have to, there is something just little. And I said, in the MAC exams, 1.5 hours, I'm done twice checking. But here I said, wow, PMI really got me. So I said, am I in the right exam? And then I remember they said there are 20 questions which are not graded but scattered in between. I said, maybe this is one of those 20. I just moved on and moved on. I have you at the back of my mind. I can almost hear you saying, if you get anxious, take a deep breath and move on. So, okay, I'll move on. I keep moving on. I got to choose the best for me that makes sense. I was already in something like 60. I said, this is more than 20, which sounds foreign to me. Why? He said, so I just kept moving on. So I said, maybe I was very anxious. That blurred things up for me. But thank you for the preparation. And thank you really for telling us for those writing habits. It helps. Like, maybe I got into autopilot. Because I said, I said, I think I saw PMI-ACP in the screen, but am I sitting in a right exam? Because really, I said, this is not what I'm expecting. But somewhere, somehow, there are those things. I cannot identify Mike in the exam. I cannot find Agile Practice Guide. I cannot find the exam content outlines. So I said, maybe this is anxiety. But still, I went on and said, I thought I won't make it. I really thought I won't make it.
Right, I understand. ACP exam, it's a situation-based questions. And there are days the question used to be a little better. Nowadays, it's getting slightly tougher, where the intensity level going high.
Very big. Maybe I got 90% between 4 5-liners, very few 3-liners, and less than 10 2-liners.
Okay.
And then the selections were crazy. Like if it was in PMP, like it can be negative, positive premises in one choice. This one has 3. This is compound complex.
Look like it's worse than PMP.
Yeah, PMP was a breeze for me. I had extra 1 hour.
Wow. You're done in 3 hours PMP.
Yes. I divided my time and then I finished it off. I took those breaks, previews.
Okay.
I said, I'm done reviewing it twice, but with PMI-ACP, I was only able to review until the 60th. So just half. With PMP, 1 hour extra, I've done second pass.
Okay. That's a quite good experience. So when you complete your 120th question, how much of time you had with you?
I think I had 1.5 hours still at that time.
Still you went pretty fast. Okay.
But I said, when I reviewed, this is when I took my time. I had markings for the first set. Maybe I made 20 markings. I said, I cannot mark this all. Let me just review everything. So after I'm done, I still have time. Then I went for those mark questions. And then I went back again for a thorough review from the beginning.
Okay. I think you're a pretty fast person. Your nature is go faster, right? Quickly you have to close it out. That's nice. That's a good experience. Nice. Good. So now, if you want to give some tips to the people for your batch or previous batch who are preparing for the exam, what will be your tips?
I would say follow what you are saying. Be religious with the writing habits, because those are important. Like, even if you are thrown with, like, it's a pile of, the question is a pile of hay and you have to look for the needle. But when you go through those writing habits and you read these three things, like the Mike book, the Agile Practice Guide, and really be familiar. I was so super familiar with the exam content outline.
All right.
In the middle of the night, it will guide you through, like, amidst the anxiety.
I think once you get down in Canada in the immigration office, you're going to talk about Agile.
Yeah. Agile was super, like, for me, PMP compared to Agile, this is, for the degree of difficulty, I would say this is about 4 times more.
Wow, that's good.
I was really blank.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome back. Hope the refreshment went well. Had some good breakfast. Catch up some warm drink in the morning. Feel good? Okay. Some of you would have heard this story before, or you would have seen this success story now. It's good. Sometimes when she says pretty tough, you may get a little scared. Is it really tough? Don't need to worry. I found she's a little more faster person. She completed the exam in 1.5 hours. Actually, the exam is expected to go 3 hours of time. So she was trying to do in half of a time. Definitely it will be tough, right? When you rush something, you will have a toughness. From nature, she is always a person who goes pretty faster. Fast could be one of the reason which could be a little tougher for you. If you go usually on a time of 3 hours, it's moderate to little high exam level. Because if you ask me, ACP 1-2 years back, the intensity was not so high. Slowly, the intensity has gone high now because Agile demand is very high in the market. So PMI would have increased. I'm even telling for PMP people, don't take it PMP granted. Maybe first year they'll go slow. Second year they'll pick up the intensity. Chances are there. Okay, with that, we'll go in. There is a success story link shared here. Spend some time, listen to her. We do have a few more success story. I think her name is Nagasmita. Nagasmita, she cleared a ACP. I have few more people, interviews are coming up. As you listen, it will be good for you. Don't feel it's so heavy. Don't feel it is a lightweight. Keep it in the middle. That's fine for you, right? Okay, can I assume that everyone is back? Can you give a thumbs up? There is emotions here in this reactions here in this Zoom. You can give a thumbs up. You will see if everyone is back here. Okay, most of you back here. That's nice. Good to have. And let's kick start. We have another 1.5 hours. We spend the time effectively. We'll go into the subject. Right. Here it is. Okay, assume you all have a paper pencil next to you. Keep writing down some of the points. Put it date wise. Put the chapter wise and start writing the bullet points so that you can look it as a notes later. Okay, here we go. First thing, I'm going to talk about domain 1. There are totally 7 domains. So domain 1, what is expected from this domain in exam? Okay, so first thing is we are going to talk about Agile principles and mindset, where we are going to talk about exploring, embrace, and apply Agile principles and mindset within the context of the project, team, and organization. So how are you going to apply? How are you going to appreciate these principles? That's what the first domain is going to talk. It's literally a little bigger domain because a lot of content here. Let's go. Before we get inside, I want to give a heads up about Agile. This video gives a highlight how it works as a long-term plan when we make a predictive way, how it goes in a short-term plan when we make on an adaptive way. They show with some analogy here. I believe this will capture your mind why we have to go agile. In not all the cases, the case or place where you need. If you need something there that needs quicker response time, that needs a course correction, then we can go for agile. And this video will give a hint for you. Let me play this video. Let me check out what you observed post this video. All right, let's go.
This is St James's Park, home of Newcastle United Football Club. I was born in Newcastle and grew up a few miles out of town. In Newcastle, they say that football isn't life or death. It's more important than that. Alas, my own football skills were distinctly lacking. But there was a game we'd play at the back of the classroom when the teacher wasn't looking. Football, kind of. I'm sketchy on the rules. I guess we'd take turns to get across the pitch and...
Nice strike! Oh, better than nice! Wonderful!
It struck me recently that the game is a rather lovely demonstration of agile. We have value delivered in small increments as the ball makes its way up the pitch. And we have the opportunity to course correct. Turns out that it's easy to recover from a wayward first kick. It's taken me decades to work out how to really play this game. Now, where did I put my special pencil? Ah, here it is. My turn. Ready, aim. Aim some more, and...
Good shot, it's in! Final minutes!
As I'm sure you've guessed, this enormous pencil represents a waterfall approach. It's an all eggs in one basket approach. We design, build and test this Leviathan and launch it onto the world.
Lovely cushion header. But
It's either a big hit or a big miss. No second chances. If our aim is true, if the playing field is flat, if the goalposts don't move, we're on to a winner. But for me, that's an awful lot of ifs, an awful lot of risk. In an uncertain world, the enormous pencil starts to look less like an unfair advantage and more like a big-assed liability. In an uncertain world, we need a pencil that's more, what's the right word? Agile. With this small but perfectly formed agile pencil, our aim doesn't need to be true, the playing field doesn't need to be flat, and the goalposts don't need to stay put. All that we're really required to do is keep kicking.
oh, what about that?
So what did you make of the what is agile pencil analogy?
Okay, this video would have triggered something in your mind that keep kicking. Now, what is the thought here? When you talk about agility, they're explaining that keep going, right? That doesn't mean that you will not plan. You will plan, but you don't want to be so much concrete on the plan and just rely on that plan, even though your goalposts keep changing. You watch out how much you can align with the market change, how much you can align with the expectations from the customer's perspective, organizational change. We sometimes call it as EEF, enterprise environmental factors, things happening around us. So are we aware of things? Can we make a course correction? So agile model is highly looking into how can you make course correction according to the demand from the customer, from the market. Now, if you watch out this game analogy, what they showed, it looks very simple, but the point is clear that you can keep changing direction to reach the point where you want to go. You cannot plan well advanced and hit it. But at the same time, first time they showed something worked, sometimes doesn't work. So it doesn't mean that waterfall will fail all the time. No, it will work, provided the ground is flat, the post is the same. Yes, sometimes it happens like that, sometimes it don't happen like that. So we are trying to see to adapt this agile model based on your requirement. So I keep telling in many classes that blindly don't believe anything will work for everything. No. So you have to see, accommodate it. That's why they go for a hybrid model. Hybrid is a mix of both, having waterfall as well having your agile model, mixing together as per the need you'll give it. That's what they expect in the market. None of the company says that just follow what is there in the book. Company says that give me benefit on the table. That's it. Whatever format you want, it's up to you. For me, I want benefit on the table. That's it. Good. Hope that video gives some heads up. Let's go a little more. Here it is. So some of the topics for the chapter 1 coverage is going to be around this area, 4 manifesto 12 principles, then agile methods, approaches, right? We will touch something on the Scrum. We'll get into XP. We'll get into lean management. We will talk about Kanban. We'll talk about leadership. It's going to be an interesting chapter. Many of your interview questions come from first chapter and second chapter. If you are looking into agile coach, scrum master, senior scrum master, it could be India-based interviews. It could be abroad-based interviews. Or Shriram, I don't go for any interview, man. It is only my team I have to manage. Still, it's useful. Shriram, I don't have interview. I don't have team to manage. I'm just for knowledge. Still, it is highly useful, right? Whatever you're going to learn, it's going to be useful. Let's start with the question. Can you check out this question and let me know what you think? Okay, Neetu is giving a point. MEP, minimum viable product, value delivered in small increments. Great, Neetu. Thanks for the point. Okay, what's your thought on this question? Planned easily, we can go in a waterfall model. And Bala says it could be incremental way. Nitish says it's a predictive way. So what is this question is asking for? The capital project is one of the organization has performed many times. The keyword here is performed many times. If you know well about something, what you can do? You can look at the historical record. You can plan it a little more better. The objective is to replace all the old metal pipes under the city streets. Now, if you know things in better in advance, you can go for plan-driven approach. You can look out that. So some of the projects which are very much bigger in size doesn't mean it's going to be complex, because we know that already. We have done it before. When you know how it works, done before with clarity, go with the planned way. Because you learned PMI-ACP, you have scaled agile, CSM with you, you cannot force agile. If the work nature says, we know this, we know what to do, we can plan in advance. If that's okay, please go for predictive. I want to travel to a new city. New, the word is new. I never been there. I have to be a little more agile there. I can expect unexpected there. I'm traveling to my hometown. Anyone here, when you travel to hometown, you look out your address, you look out your street name. Even you travel after 10 years, you go to your hometown. I have many people from different countries also. They come to their hometown. I don't think you see anything. You just get down and start going. Maybe the transportation vehicle color has been changed. Maybe roads has a little more widened, or some hoardings are there. That's it. If not, you just get down and start walking to your home. So it's well driven, plan driven, predictive, right? So point here is, if you know something well in advance, you go for a well predictive way. Now let's take this question. Objective is to roll out the feature. I want you to capture some keyword in this question before you tell the answer. Catch up a few keywords. What do you think from agile perspective? Tell me what are the keywords you see here. Okay, feedback. Very good. Santosh, Stella, Vasant, and Nitish, you got the point. Feedback is a keyword. So do you think that one of the key thing in agile is getting feedback? Do you feel that? In agile, feedback is very important terminology, where you try to understand what the customer is looking for. So feedback and drive the priorities in the sense of looking which is important, unimportant. I feel two things very important in agile: feedback cycle. So Sriram, you mean in planned project, they don't do feedback? They do. But the feedback is not considered into change of the project plan. The feedback is not considered into change of the requirements. The feedback is not considered into change the process, the way we work. Feedback comes in, we note down, we continue the work. Feedback comes from the team, we say that's a way of life, you have to do that. Feedback comes in, no change in the target, we keep moving. If we believe on the plan. We say, guys, we made a plan, man. We spent 3 months of time to prepare this plan. Do you want to change that? Keep going. Right? So planned approach have feedback, but not into action. In Agile, feedback taken into action immediately and then change your priorities accordingly. So you should have a reflex. Where I'm coming to the place where you should possess that reflex, feedback and priority change your course action. See, in sports, a person is called agile. Why? They move faster. They can make a twist and turn. Anyone here play sports, football, badminton? Anyone here? Anyone here for football and badminton? If you play those games, the reflex will be pretty faster. Do you agree, Vasant? Table tennis? Okay, table tennis, oh my God. Such a reflex you should have, man. So, yeah, Neetu says I play badminton. I believe you are observed in badminton or football. Shriram, why not cricket? Cricket is not considered as a very heavy sport. It's a normal sport. Okay, you can stand in one shadow and wait for half an hour for a ball to come. Except 2 players, rest all will keep quiet. Okay, Shriram, cricket is bad. I do play cricket, but cricket is not a sport which makes you all full reflex and active. Okay, coming back to this football. Football, wow, 200 countries and 220 countries enjoy the game, man. So high reflex. So you take a feedback of the ball movement and the system and you make action immediately, change the priority. So reflex is very high. Your body, your mind start moving faster, okay? So feedback and drive the priority is very important. So it goes to something called Agile. In Agile, we have something called iterative incremental. I'll explain these words in some time. Iterative and incremental is how regularly you get the feedback and requirements, accordingly how you deliver faster. That's what they're talking about here. Okay, good. I can see some of you getting into sports. Please do that. Play at least once in 2 weeks, in 2 days. Play some sports, okay? Exercise is good. Playing sports are good. Sports makes your brain active. Apart from your job, it will make you think something broader, right? Okay, Santosh is fan of cricket. Play slow or fast based on situation. There is option to correct the course. Very good. Okay, fan of cricket is here. Fantastic. Great. Appreciate it. Okay, good. Let's jump into the plan-driven and change-driven approach. So you can see something here. Plan-driven approach. So how a plan-driven approach works? By the way, you can ask me, Shriram, still do we need to compare this all the time? I'm seeing this getting compared. Yes. Still now the Agile books follow this process of comparing with waterfall most of the time. Maybe first chapter they'll compare, after that they'll come out of it. Because why they have to compare? They have to tell that certain things in plan-driven are good, certain things are not good. So that is the reason they have to tell that. We should learn so that you can explain this somebody when they say why Agile. For that reason, you need this. So here you see some information like a plan-driven. You define the work well. When you say define, elaborating, then you will build the work, what you have done, and then you release it, and then it goes to the market, and there is a value matured. Now, in the plan-driven approach, a risk carries until it goes to the customer, because the customer can tell it's good and bad, I don't like it, or it is working well, whatever can happen. But the risk is carried all over the project till the end. Until you show to the customer, tada, the customer don't know what you're going to deliver. Whereas in Agile, we don't keep customer away from us. We keep them inside our system. So a risk is attended very frequently. That's why a small start getting a bigger one for the bigger one. It means very frequently we'll do the same action of define, build, and release, which you did as a whole one cycle is getting repeated multiple cycle. Iterative, incremental. Iterative means repeatedly, and incrementally you start adding. Let's learn more as I go deep in. But for now, understand Risk is a very important thing which we try to reduce by sharing what we have done so far with the customer. Also, look out for the market changes, accordingly keep delivering, which is possible in information technology and some of the knowledge-based projects. If you ask about construction, can we do like this? In construction, design can be done like this. In construction nowadays, a lot of technology is being used. Those areas you can use an adaptive way. When it comes to real execution of doing the work, let's say 100 of people are going to join and construct a big shopping complex. The big shopping complex, you may take time to define, you can take time to design, there you can use this adaptive nature. When it comes to build part, I cannot go in this agile way. It won't work. A construction will need its own time to come up with a pillar, come up with a wall, come up with the slabs. It will take its time. I cannot go very agile there. But when I design, when I want to create something, I can go for the agile factor. So here you call as a hybrid model. Let's take a hybrid of your television or your computer. What do you have? It's a hybrid. The hardware is well planned. The hardware says this is a capacity, that's a RAM size, that's a screen size. We know that. But for this hardware, somebody makes a software. It's called a chip, embedded programming, or it is called as a software on top of that. You have embedded programming, top of embedded, you have a software. That's why you're able to use a remote control. Through remote, you increase the volume, decrease the volume, you do something with your laptop. It's all embedded plus software. Now, how do they do that? Based on the hardware, they keep doing it. They take feedback, they do revisions. So now, combination of both going to be of a predictive and adaptive hybrid model. Okay. I believe you're getting something here. All right. Little heads up about waterfall. Vincent Royce is a person in 1970s presented a paper, how to do a work in a sequential way. What he did is he went through the construction, automobile industries, manufacturing industry, and came out and say that, hey guys, I have found a solution for software development. In software development, you have to first collect the requirement. Then you have to design. Then you have to do the work. Then you have to integrate it properly, connecting the dots. Then you have to test it. Then you have to install and maintain. This is what I found. People said, wow, that's interesting. From where you got this? We got from industries. We went to industry, how the industry works, same format I have made it, and we call it as a sequential way. But somehow the word waterfall came into picture. So far, there's no evidence who gave the name waterfall. Vincent Royce did not give the name. Somebody gave the name waterfall. It came here. Now, when he gave this method, he also written down a line. I believe in this method, but the implementation described above is risky and invites a failure. It's pretty risky and invites failure. That's a message he has given there. But at the same time, he said that it's good to start. There it goes. So when he given this, he also given there is some warning. It's going to be risky. If that's the case, what happened later? Later on that, in 1950s, Agile started happening. Okay, before I jump in, is everyone able to follow me? Am I going good? Is anyone listening my pronunciation? Because some may be new to the classes here. Okay. All right, I'm trying to see. Let me check YouTube also. All going good? Okay. So far, good, Sriram. That's a message. Okay, nice. Okay, let's keep moving in that case. Right, stop me when you feel, oh man, give me some more explanation. Quick thing here. Here I want to just give in the screen that agile methodologies emerged. 1950s, you can see that 1960s, 1986, 1990. So there is a year of time Agile is happening. If some of you think Agile is very new, I would tell Agile as a concept, as a studies are new. But many companies or many governments started following years back. US started in 1950. In fact, before that, 1947-48, Japan started following. Many of these are being derived from Japanese because Japanese and America had a good collaboration after Second World War. I think these are the atomic and auto bombs deployed in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Fat Man is one of the name of the bomb, and Little Boy. This is a code name of the atom bomb which they deployed in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Why I have to share this? After that, Japan was so badly affected economically. Now they want to come back. At the same time, they don't have a human resource. They don't have a knowledge. They don't have things to do. What happened here is they want to do, but they cannot do on a massive scale. So they started doing in an iterative, incremental way. They have very limited people. They have very limited resources. With a limited resource, what to do? They did a small chunk incrementally. That is where it started. So because of scarcity, because of necessity is a mother of innovation, right? So because of that, Japanese have started this. By the time Japanese used to travel to America, because America opened the doors because of Second World War. Hey, Jap guys, we are very sorry for this Hiroshima part. You can start doing business with us. So Jap started traveling to America, start doing business. So both started exchanging it. Deeming cycle, if you heard about it. Plan, do, check, act. Deeming here. Here you have Taichi Hono. These guys did a lot of stuff. Ford was running very successful 1950s, that timeline. And now many groups started adopting this format. You can see 1950, they talked about iterative and incremental. If anyone here in 2020 thinks I'm an agile guy, very trendy guy, if you feel that, our grandfather would have learned this, okay? Don't feel you are the new, they have done years back. So 1960s they did, 1986 they did, but the biggest breakthrough happened in 1986. In 1986, two people, again the Japanese guys, Takuchi Nanoka. Shriram, what is his name, man? Okay, yeah, that's a name they have, Takuchi Nanoka. They presented a paper in a university. The paper name is the new product development. The new product development purely based on rugby. Have you all know about the rugby sports? Have you heard about rugby? Have you seen the rugby sports? Rugby heavy guys. They hold up football and start chasing each other. In rugby sports is when they join together and they move towards an action. It's called a sprint. Okay, they do that. Now, this based concept, the team working together collaboratively moving towards the ball is considered as the most effective way of doing things, right? And there they found this new product development. Can we do in this way? This is how it started. 1986, the paper got published. Now, what happened is the paper got published, after which not much of interest on that area. People left it as it is. But somebody like Jeff Sutherland. Jeff Sutherland is a person who created a Scrum. He picked up this paper, or he derived or inspired by the paper. From there, he derived some concepts and returned something called Scrum. That is where the Scrum born in 1993-92 timeline. Scrum came into picture. So first thing 1986, after 1986, 1990. In the year 1990 to 2000, 10 years, it's a very crucial time for Agile. In this time, when many started realizing the traditional format of working in an IT company doesn't work, you have to change. So people started innovating new concepts. One of them is called Scrum. Other one is extreme programming, and few more, test-driven development. A lot of methods are there. They start doing it. Now, when you do all these things, one good thing these Americans did is, guys, we all working individually. Why don't we join together and we form something new? I think that thought is a really good thought. I don't know who did that. That's called United States, right? They unite for some good purpose. I really appreciate those 17 people. If even they're fighting individually, it will be a different episode. They joined together and they took the essence of all the learning of 1990s and they put into a paper. That paper is called Agile Manifesto. So today, if you see Scrum is before Agile Manifesto. If you see XP is before Agile Manifesto. It is there long back. Now, they took this time to derive the essence out of all these concepts and put into something called Agile Manifesto. That's where you have 4 manifesto and 12 principles. Give me a minute. I still have a power problem from last evening. Okay. Oop. I think last evening something blasted in my area. Boom. After that, power is really trouble. If rain comes, power problem starts. Okay, here coming back. So here it goes. This is something on the factor. And for you to learn here, I have given the right side, Agile umbrella. Now you understand Agile stands top of all because this all came from these underlying methods. Right? That's a message. So you have Scrum, Lean, Kanban, XP, feature-driven development, dynamic system development method, DSDM, test-driven development, right? This is all there. So quick ask from you. Under this umbrella, what all you have seen in your last 3-4 years of time? In last 3-4 years of time, what you have seen? Scrum and Kanban. Vasant says I've seen Scrum and Kanban. Very good. Lean, Kanban and Scrum. Very good. Need to see Lean as well. Nitish seen Lean. Interesting. Scrum, Kanban, feature-driven development. Very good. Scrum and Kanban. Spotify in other areas. Wow. That's good, man. All right. All right. Good. New to Agile. Very good. Nice. So I have a combination of people here who know at least 1 or 2 items here. So Scrum and Kanban, I'm seeing majority. And top of that, Scrum is the majority. So obviously, Scrum stands tall in many areas because it's a simplicity. It's very simple to use. Scrum, anyone can learn. Somebody not in Agile for a long time, you're going to see this, you'll be surprised. Man, that's it. For this, you guys talk this much. That's a feel you're going to get. When after learning, you'll feel, man, this IT guys spoke too much about this. Actually, nothing there. That's a feel I heard from many people. Wow, simple. Okay, let's learn a video. This video, some of you would have seen earlier. It talks about incremental and iterative. They even talk about predictive, but I want your eyes to fall more on iterative and incremental. 2 words, iterative, incremental. Can you please observe this video carefully? Note down 1 line at least, what iterative means, what incremental means. Please observe this so that will be useful as we move forward. Quick play of this video.
If the requirements are not known or not clear, it adds to the complexity. And waterfall approach may not be appropriate for the complex projects. Before I go any further, let's start with this weird analogy. Assume a project is initiated to fill this pothole. If we know the exact dimensions of the pothole or the requirements are known, then the project phases can be sequential. It starts with the dimensions or requirements, design and prepare the mold, pour the concrete material, finishing of the block, and fill the pothole. Sequential and easy to manage, isn't it? This is called the waterfall approach. As we know, it works only if all the requirements are known and clearly understood at the beginning. If we don't know the dimensions of the pothole, then it becomes a complex problem. In this case, how to solve the complex problem when the requirements are not known at the start of the project? In the same example, assume you don't know the dimensions of the pothole. Therefore, you decide to chisel out the shape to fill the gap. You go on refining the shape by carving and cutting it over and over again. This is called iterative approach. You refine or iterate until you carve the block to perfectly fit into the pothole. Therefore, even though you do not know the dimensions or requirements, you could fill the gap with multiple iterations. This is called the iterative approach. Now, let us solve this complex problem in yet another way. You create a square block and deliver it to the customer. Customer places the square block in the pothole and gives you feedback. You create more incremental blocks based on the feedback and fill the pothole. If I name these blocks as increments, then this is called the incremental approach. Here, the customer does not have to wait till the end of the project. Customer can start using the increments and gives out feedbacks towards the completion of the project. Therefore, even though you didn't know the dimensions to start with, you could fill the gap with incremental approach. Another smart way of handling it when the requirements are unknown. Yet another scenario. Here, you have absolutely no clue how big or small is the pothole. In this case, you decided to deliver smaller bricks. With continuous customer feedback, you could send the bricks in appropriate size and shape. You also chisel out some of the bricks to fit them in the pothole. Therefore, these smaller deliveries are incremental as well as iterative. This is a smart approach when you have too many unknowns or unclear requirements. And this is called Agile approach towards solving the complex problem. Okay, with this weird analogy, isn't it easy to remember the concept? So, we have seen the waterfall approach, we have seen the iterative approach, we have seen the incremental approach, and we have also seen the agile approach. Don't you think these visuals not only help to digest the concept quickly, but also help to remember it for longer? Now, let us summarize it with real-world example of website development project. When all the requirements are known and clearly understood at the beginning of the website development project, we can follow the waterfall approach. We execute the project phases in sequence and deliver complete functional website at the end. When the requirements are not known at the beginning, we can take the iterative approach. It starts with creating the website with very basic framework. We go on refining or chiseling out the website in subsequent iterations to deliver the final product. Iterative approach is all about refining the product through iterations until all customer requirements are met. Now, let us look at incremental approach to deal with complexity of unknown requirements. Here, we deliver functional website with few important features that the customer can start using. This is called the first increment. Then, we go on adding the new features in the form of increments. It continues until the final product is delivered. This way, the final product is delivered through multiple increments. Now, let us look at the most preferred approach to deal with complexity. It is the agile approach. Here, we deliver the smaller increments as well as refine the website through iteration. Here, the customer's feedback and change in requirements are adapted through multiple iterative and incremental deliveries. Iterations and increments continue until the final product is delivered. Due to this multiple delivery model, the project team can adapt to the changing requirements. Agile approach is the most preferred approach for the complex adaptive problems. And therefore, for addressing such complex adaptive problems in the most productive and creative manner, we need a systematic framework. A simple and lightweight framework is at our disposal called Scrum.
Very good. I believe it's a good video to give a heads up, to recall some of your knowledge. Now, give me some idea. What do you got out of this video? Do anyone want to give a line, a word? What do you observed in this video? Incremental, iterative, something? Okay. All right. I'm seeing Vasant gives iterative design phase being used. All right. You can speak up. Your mic should be good. You can speak up. Let me hear your voice. What do you think about
Yes,
this?
Shriram. Yeah, Vasant here.
Yeah,
it's about iterative phase. Mostly we'll be dealing about the designs, because once you develop a design, it may be changing, right? Like we maybe have some approach. So customer has some kind of a mindset, so it will be changing in the iterative way. So incremental in the sense, it will be like small chunk of delivery product will be delivering in the incremental way, because it's a kind of feedback we'll be receiving, so that we can change it and adapt to in the manner. So that's the reason, like in a total agile approach, if you see, design phase plus small chunk of product we will be delivering. So if you face any kind of design issues also, you can change it, and also small kind of product you can deliver with the feedback.
Right. Good thought there. I can see more chats going on. I appreciate that. Nagendra says systematic approach to be followed. Santosh says iterative, correction, incremental, speed in delivery. Okay, fantastic, good. Now, this video gave an idea Iterative is one part and incremental is other part. When only both combines, it becomes agile. Iterative means repeatedly you get a feedback, requirements, what corrections to be done repeatedly. It remains repeating continuously in the loop. Whereas incremental is a small chunk of addition doing that, right? You can take anything on your information technology products, what you use. I think 99% of the people use a mobile. Every mobile, once you switch on the internet, something or other getting updated. Specifically, the most used applications like could be of WhatsApp, could be of your banking softwares, could be of any other thing which you use in your mobile. It has a continuous update running. Ideally, they're incrementally adding some value there. When you first install the banking application, it may not have all the features what you're having today. The WhatsApp, what you're using today is not what you installed maybe 3 years back. 3 years back when you installed it, it doesn't have a group chat. Maybe it didn't have a video clicking feature. You don't have those features. Now what happened? Incrementally, they delivered it. Now they are in a stage better than before. But is it a final stage? I will say no. It's going to continue. It's going to continue because the market is changing. Because incrementally you want something. Because iteratively you are telling, I want this. Do you think it's happening? For this, you don't need to have IT knowledge. You are using a mobile. By this, you're giving some feedback. Hey guys, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Now, when the market is giving more inputs iteratively, feedbacks iteratively, the team also collects the data iteratively, telling that I wanted more, right? I want more on this. The people collect it and they start giving incrementally. But tell me, is it possible to all the projects? The answer may be no. Some projects have this facility, technically feasible. So they go for incrementally adding, but iterative process never stops. Iterative is a continuous thing. Feedback, getting requirements continuously it's a process. It keeps going on. Right? That's the industry now. Very good. There is a point from need to iterative requirement not known, refining the product. Okay. It goes on refining the product until all requirements are met. Incremental, final product delivered through multiple increments based on customer feedback. Very good. Rightly said. It happens. I used to give this example. Let me repeat that example. I take this restaurant part. There are days in restaurant. I have been in school days when I go there. I have seen my father usually gives his food order. Those days they won't check with the hotel, with the family. They'll tell this you will all have. You will all have. Okay. Typical managerial rule. That's how it was so years back. And all maybe sometime my mom will add. They will give something to the hotel bearer, the guy who comes with a pencil, with a paper, note down and go. Okay, this guy will take all the order one shot, go in. And after 20 minutes, he'll come with a big 2 plates. Okay, all will be full of food items, whatever you ordered. Some will be warm, some will be cold. The reason is they have prepared and waited to take it as a 1 plate. Have you seen this in your school days? If you've seen that, you lived in the years of 1980s and 1990s. So that time where this is how it was. Now, how the restaurants now? Now the restaurants are not like that. If you go and sit there, it's not the father is giving the order. It is a whole family is going to give, right? Specifically, little one will be the first to give the order. I want ice cream, right? The order starts from there. So order can happen anytime, any way. Priority can change. There is no specific order. Priority changes. Now, what happened? Same thing. Now bearer comes here. This time he takes a pencil, but it's a digital pencil. Not big change. Here you took a normal pencil, now a digital pencil. Take the digital pencil, write in a pad here. And this guy, the moment write, the information goes to the cooking spot immediately. Now, first thing they give an order, soup starter for the little one, there is a chocolate. Can you serve that first before I go to next order? You can hear these words these days. You can't hear this 20 years back. 20 years back, once order, they go in, come back with all the item. Now, they'll tell, give me the soup, starter, something like this. Let you first serve this. Meantime, we'll order next. Now, what is happening? You are incrementally expecting something from the bearer to serve. First, the soup comes in, then comes starter, main course, desserts, ice creams. So all happens. So now you can incrementally get it. You can give feedback also. Soup is not good or good. Add more spice, less spice. You start giving feedback on what you want. And the bearer also want to learn more from you. Are you comfortable sitting here? Is everything good for you? I see some of the big restaurants, the chef comes out. I've visited some of the good restaurants, chefs come out. If you're going with a good family dinner, they'll come out and talk to you. Hey, what's the occasion here happening? I say, there's a big festival for my elderly grandfather celebration. Oh, right, that's great, good. So how's the food going? I can see people of elderly people, children here, food is fine. You want any specific food, taste? They ask you. This is the way we are moving, customer satisfaction, customer centricity, right? So this focus is what Agile way, incrementally, iteratively serving people. Now take this restaurant example, fit it into your corporate wherever you are. You look out for iteratively, incrementally delivering value, VALUE, value. In Agile, they don't talk about profit, they talk about value. So Sriram, they don't earn profit, they earn profit. When you give value, profit comes back. So Agile world talks about value, quicker delivery, customer satisfaction. Amar says something here. Query. In increment, I observe it deploy small changes to production live. What happens in iterative approach? Do we wait until all changes are done before we go live? Okay, Umar, did you observe when I spoke about iterative and incremental in a hotel example? Did you feel that iterative also give delivery, or iterative is a concept of continuously getting review and feedback? What is your thought? If you observed little 5 minutes back, you should have got that. If you missed it, iterative is about continuously, repeatedly getting the requirements and feedback cycle. Incremental delivery is giving something value. Don't take it as such production. Let's not use the word production right now. Delivering value could be at any level. It may go to the real customer, or it can go to the testing place, or it can go to the place where the customer wanted. Yeah, multiple places. So iterative means continuously getting the details, you get the clarity. Incremental is adding value. Let's keep learning more, you'll get more. By the way, I have shared something called communication board. Can I understand that you all got access to the communication board? You all got access to communication board? I'll tell you why. In communication board, there is something called writing habits has been given to you. I want you to do that going forward. I'll tell you why. Okay, quick explanation of communication board will help everyone to stay online. So what I do is I'll jump to communication board and come back. Before that, there was a question in the YouTube. Let me try to get that question. Who asked? Jeril asked me a question. Jeril asked me a question. Scrum stands for what? Okay, I said about the paper in 1976, right? The paper talking about new product development by Takuchi Nanoka. Takuchi Nonaka written this book, new product development. In this paper, they have used a word called Scrum. Scrum is a methodology used in a rugby. You would have seen that team form together before they get the ball or moving. The team formation. The team formation, the action towards it is called a Scrum. So the word was coined there, and that word has been derived and the methodology got created. So Scrum is used in the sports. Okay, hope that helps you, Jerel, in YouTube. So quickly I'll do this process and come back where I have to show you the communication board. There is a link given by Rahul in the chat now. If not, please access it. You would have given a mail to you with a password also. Please utilize it. Now, this is a communication board from ShriLearning, and this is specific for the batch of November ACP. Now, why I came here is, now there was a question I saw from Umar. The question is, what is incremental? What is iterative? Now, I want you to all write this once. If you've done it for PMP, well, good, repeat again. The reason is you want to understand what is iterative. You want to understand what is incremental. How you will understand? The more you write this, like a degree of change is called iterative, frequency of delivery is called incremental. I would expect you all to draw this, submit as on writing habits in the WhatsApp. Okay, Shriram, I have not written for a long time, man. I don't know how to hold the pen. If you feel that, please try going forward. Right. So I have a lot of PMP people, they do it regularly, but now you ACP, forget all about PMP. Now you are a fresh student of a new batch. You have to start fresh. Will you? So what's expected from you? What's expected from you? I want you to do this process of drawing this 2 pictures for week 1. Week 2, I have some more writing habits for you, including Scrum, XP, Agile principles. Week 3, you have something about Kanban, lean management, product backlog. Week 4, you have something about prioritization in Agile and how to write a user story. Ways of writing user stories is given here. So these all will be a writing habits. You will write it, click a picture, post in a WhatsApp group. And if somebody don't know much about this communication board, I'll explain it. All your practice exams will be given here. You have a study material, you have a study plan, you have your ACP group. You can join any group here, listen a lot of success stories about Agile, and all your class recording details will be come up here, right? So you can listen to this recording. And how to fill the application form, it's well explained. Please read this completely. There is a template given here. Just follow the template. Your application should be good. So communication board is a one platform to solve a lot of your questions. Beyond this, still you have some questions, please reach out. We'll be happy to help you. Right? Hope that helps you. So you will continue your writing habits. Very good. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving.
If the requirements are
right. So there are 17 people here. Can you check really 17 we have or number is higher? Can somebody make a count and tell me 17 is here? Right. Okay, 17 is here. Have you seen any one of this person in any of the recent event happened in IPL? Have you seen them? Have you seen these guys in IPL recently? Happened in Arab? No? Not even one person? This is 17 people. Take a look. Maybe you saw them sitting there in pavilion, playing the game, ownership of the team, somewhere. Any one person? Okay. I saw Bala giving no. Nitish says, I don't watch IPL, man. It's so bad. I hate it. That's what Nitish says. Okay. Okay. I'm not seeing any answers from people except Bala says no. Vasant also confirms no. Sangeeta confirms no. Okay. Since everybody says no, this guy's never been in IPL. Okay. They are nowhere related to IPL. Okay. Just thought of asking you to see the picture. That's it. That's intention. No one is related to IPL, but at the same time, these 17 people are related to something to one another. What they are related to? They are related to the Agile Mindset. These are the 17 people assembled together in February 2020 or 2001. February 2020 will be 1 year back. So this is 2001, nearly 20 years back. They all assembled together and say that, hey, you work on XP, I'm working on Scrum, they work on Kanban, they work on lean management. Why don't we bring something common? That why don't we bring something common is what you are doing Agile today. In this, some of the key names you have to know, they are the key people. The key people, I always respect the topmost people in this. Who can be the topmost people in this? Any guess? Any guess? Tell me some name if you know. Give a try. Which name is the topmost here? Cockburn is the topmost person. Okay. Jeff Sutherland. Okay. 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 Ken, very lot of good names coming up. But to your surprise, I'm going to tell a name. You will feel, really, this guy is the topmost? Yep. He is the topmost of the all. He is the topmost of the all. Why? You know why? Ken Beck. He is a founder of XP. Have you heard about XP? Extreme Programming. And today, if we have a lot of good Agile principles, all these good Agile principles born from XP. Literally born from XP. Okay. The next credit can go to this person, Crystal Methodology. He is the one who is a founder or base for the scaled Agile, what you do today. The size of scaling up, how to scale agility. These two guys are super top, but who steal the show? You know, steal the show is there, right? Steal the show done by these two guys, Ken and Sutherland, because they just took some content from Takuchi Nanoka, from their paper. They written something called Scrum. They well written, a very simple method. It's not an innovation. It's just a imitation of information, right? You take from Takuchi Nanoka paper, bring something called Scrum, and what you do as a 6 months of project has been put into 2 weeks of time. That's called Agile. You have a plan, you have developed this, but it's a good thought process. They did a good thought process. They steal the show. So Scrum is from Jeff and Ken Scumber. They steal the show, but the essence, how Agile works, a great essence is from this guy. Majority of the stuff you see will be from here. That's the reason you can see XP highly used in scaled Agile. I saw some of them telling I'm in a scaled Agile, right? SAFE, scaled Agile. So Agile, the base, many stuff comes from them. And also these all guys are contributed, well contributed. Okay. So these are some of the interesting names you have to know. And let's talk each methodologies as we dove deep inside. But these guys did a wonderful job. The wonderful job is they created a methodology very simple. Something if we can explain simple, that's the greatest knowledge. I give a high respect for Jeff and Ken Scumber for creating such a simple method anybody can follow, right? That's a respect for them. Okay, let's jump and learn some factors there. Okay, I gave a clue. Agile is followed in some industry, not all industry. In that some industry, majority of them use Scrum methodology. This stats would have been captured 1 or 2 years back. It's not a latest stats. Latest stats, my assumption is Scrum should be 65% at least. And now after PMP insisted Agile is spreading to other industry also. Soon, adaptive nature will be all over the world. When they do that, Scrum will get a little more higher. So Scrum is the highly used because of its very simple way of approach. And apart from that, we have something called a Scrumban. If you mix a Scrum and Kanban, Scrumban. We love hybrid papaya, right? Hybrid model. So we have Kanban. A lot are there. Let's not jump too much into that. Let's understand, even though a lot of methods are there, Scrum is highly used in the market. But don't think that every company uses Scrum. No. In the world, if there is some company using adaptive nature, in that company Scrum is used. Okay, that's how you have to say. You should not see whole world is using it. No, not whole world. Some people tell that everyone in the computer. No, not the whole world in the computer. Maybe 5%, 6% in computer. The rest all doing different work. People have a lot of work to do, right? So you cannot generalize the statement. So Scrum is used very heavily because of its simplicity. This picture is also your writing habit. Here, this picture gives some clarity for you. Whatever you do in Agile, it falls under one umbrella. It's called lean. Lean. Shriram, I want to become lean, man. I'm going to gym, doing workout. No, this lean is from Japanese manufacturing model, lean management. The moment I say lean management, is there any word popping up in your mind? Can somebody put in the chat? What word pops up in your mind? Waste reduction. Fantastically said. I can see the chat window. People are telling the moment I say lean, something pops in your mind, waste reduction. Very good, rightly said. Lean manufacturing, the key thing here is how to deliver early to the customer. Also, by reduction of wastage is the first thing that happen. Now, what you're learning, as I given a clue in the beginning, whatever you learn today, these all derived from the manufacturing industry. So Shriram, Agile is not from IT industry, not at all. Agile came from manufacturing industry. In the manufacturing industry, they tried it, it worked. In fact, the first implementation of Scrum happened in the manufacturing unit. Then only they picked up into different industry. Okay. So now, lean product development is a terminology given for Agile projects. So lean manufacturing is a big term which talks about waste reduction, which talks about efficiency, which talks a lot about how to be very quicker to the market. This is what the lean concepts. Now, from there, the derivation happened, and we have a lean product development. Under lean product development, we have the methodologies like Kanban coming into picture, where we have a work in progress in place. Below that, we have Agile. Under Agile, we have Scrum. Why I'm telling this is, when I first learned CSM certification, Scrum certified, I thought I learned everything. After I came to ACP class, I realized, oh my God, I'm just a dot in the paper, CSM. I have to learn Agile properly. When I learned Agile, I thought learn everything. Then I felt, no, there is something bigger than this called lean management. So It's like galaxies keep going on, right? So there is no end for it, but at the same time, this is all learning going to happen well in these classes. So feel happy, you're choosing the right place. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, there's a short video to talk something about management factors. Let me pull out this video. All right. Santosh is putting a question. Why Kanban is the 50% agile from the picture? The point here is Kanban is there from 1955. When they started the Kanban 1955, they started for inventory management. It was not totally for the agile factor. It was inventory management. Later, 1980s and 1990s, it got a little better shape. But in the year 1990 end and 2000, the terminology derived from Kanban has been converted into Kanban for the IT segment, where they started using WIP, work in progress limit. And you will see more of upgradation happen in the year 2005, 2006. So you can see some portion from the lean concepts for inventory management betterment in the 1950s, and some portion agility started in the year 2000 with the Kanban. So what you have today is a Kanban upgraded model, right? That's how it is. Hope that helps you. When we will talk more as we go for the Kanban deep inside. Right, let's go. All right, let me play this video.
Business is doing well, and you're thinking of expanding. That's great, but it's also the riskiest time for your business. In fact, many businesses don't survive the transition. Should you throw money at the problem by investing in new equipment or hiring more people? Should you make your staff work more overtime? Your answers to questions like these can make or break your business. And that's where Lean comes in. Lean is a philosophy about delivering value from your customer's perspective, eliminating waste, and continuously improving your processes. Lean can radically change the way you do business. Lean management is based on 4 principles. The first principle is pull. Rather than producing as much as possible, customer demand pulls goods or services through the manufacturing process. This minimizes overproduction, inventory, and ultimately working capital. The second is one-piece flow. Focusing on one single piece at a time minimizes work in progress, process interruptions, lead and waiting time, while increasing quality and flexibility. The third is tact. It's the heartbeat of a lean system. It's how fast you need to manufacture a product to meet customer demand. Tact allows us to balance work content, achieve a continuous flow, and respond flexibly to changes in the marketplace. And the fourth is zero defects. Mistakes happen, but a lean company doesn't pass on defects. Mistakes from previous steps must be fixed before going on. Combined with a robust continuous improvement process, the 4 principles of lean management will help your company stay ahead of the competition in a constantly changing marketplace. So, if you're ready to begin your lean journey.
Cool. Now, I think this video was so short and good. I'm going to tell you what I liked in the lean. Can you tell me which one you liked? They gave some bullet points here for the lean. Which one you liked? Which term of lean you liked? Zero defects. Oh my God. People are going to zero. No defect at the last. Fixing defect now and then. Oh man. You are so interested in defect, huh? Right. Continuous improvement. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I like zero defect. It's very interesting. In fact, in a scaled agile, one of that is built-in quality. We talk more about having lesser defects. Lesser defects is, in fact, defects is one of the lean waste. If you have a waste is, if you have more defects, you're going to kill your time and money and energy. One thing I like here is a pull methodology rather than the push methodology. What is pull methodology? A team decides what work they can do by their capacity and pull it. How they pull it? Based on the market demand. If there is a demand from the market, then they start pulling that particular work, that priority, and deliver it. Rather, just do because there is a work is there. This is a good thought process, but here you need a good matured team. The maturity level of the team should be good. The maturity level of the business should be good to understand what is expected in the market, and you pull that as priority and do the work, rather pushing in a continuous fashion. It's easy to say, hard to do. I'll tell you, in the market now, 98+% of the companies do only in the push methodology. Very rarely organizations work on pull methodology, in the sense the freedom of thinking, the freedom of what people can do is very less. It's all about pushing, make it happen. Anyone here want to agree, last 1.5 to 2 years, you are always working in some push methodology. Somewhere somebody is pushing things on you. Is it so? Your email box, your work nature is somewhere somebody is pushing. There is no room to check out, can we do this? And you can pull it out as you wish, because there is a need for this in the market. If you feel that that's happening for a long time, that's a big mind change needed in the market, where pull methodology makes game changer. So Japs are following this for a long time, where they give the full freedom for the team to think and pull, which is important, rather than the push methodology. So point here is, sometimes we may not understand what is push, what is pull until you see, because we are stuck in the rat race. We don't know where we go, which corporate we work. They give some package of salary. They take all your time of 8 to 10 hours or 12 hours per day, and we are just working. We never realized, are we in the pull and push? If you take little minutes and observe, sometimes we feel, I'm in the push model. So pull is a nice model depending on the market demand, right? So now, right, there it goes. Wait, there's a question here. Let me take a couple of questions. So let's move forward after that. Vasant is asking, customer defines a pull, customer demand decides a pull. Customer may not define the pull, customers the demand. If somebody is asking, we create it. If nobody's asking, no point of creating, keeping in the shelf. Inventory can be reduced. Japs have this format, don't create unnecessary inventory. Keep it limited, only when they ask, do that. You know how they do in Kanban? In Kanban, days back, I'm talking 1955s. What will happen is, once an item comes to the rack, once item comes to the rack, they put a label sticker on that. And imagine there is a car. They put a label sticker on the car, and this car goes to the showroom for sales in 1950s and 60s. They sell the car. The moment they sell the car, they pick up the card. Like this, they keep selling the car. Certain number of cards accumulated. These cards will come back to the manufacturing department. After so many cards accumulated, then only they start the next manufacturing. Until then, they will not unnecessarily do the work. But they were busy because cars keep on selling those days. Same they followed in Kanban of inventory. Inventory, every time they'll have attached a small card with that spare parts. And these cards should be pulled out the moment the spare part is used. So they'll accumulate this card in a box. They'll see these many cards accumulated. There is a demand for inventory. Now they go and buy that. Have you ever heard about just-in-time, JIT? JIT was highly followed in Japanese model, JIT, just-in-time. Just-in-time is what followed in software engineering from 2000 year. Anybody here from software engineering? Anyone from software engineering? If you know software engineering, your all software compilers work by just-in-time. They call JIT compiler. If you work in Microsoft, if you work in Java, they use JIT compiler. What is JIT compiler? It will compile only when there is a request. Until then, it won't compile. It will wait for it. Once it compiles, it expands the binaries. It will consume more space and energy. It will hold it. Once somebody hints, until then, it will be hyper mode. Somebody hits it, it will compile. You will think IT is a great innovation. Yes, it's a great innovation. This happened in 1955 in Japanese industry. They use JIT format. Okay, I'll talk more about this as I go deep inside. For now, to answer Vasant's question, customers' demand decides a pull. Hope you got the answer. Santosh is putting a question, query from the video. So if there is a defect in the journey, rest all stops until it gets fixed, or the work continues while the priority is to fix and address the identified defect. I think your question has answered. The question is very clear that what they do. In Toyota, I may have one more video. In Toyota, what they did is, they call us the assembly line. You know, assembly line. Assembly line means a vehicle will be there. They'll keep assembling. 5-6 people work in one car. I'm talking about car industry, 1950s, 60s, 70s. So in Toyota, what they did is they have an assembly line where people keep fixing. One will fix the door, one will fix the machine, engine, all be happening. The assembly line will keep on moving. Okay. In the sense that you have to finish it, keep it next stages. Now there may be 100 people working like this in different cars, machines. Now there is a bug identified. A door is not properly fixing in one of the car. Now what will happen here is it's a defect, it's a error, it's a mistake, it's a problem for one car. It belongs to 5 people. Now you can ask the question, okay, this is a problem for these guys. So rest all can work. These guys have to fix the bug. This is a mindset even today. But Japs don't want to do this. What they did is they have something called pulling alarm. They pull the alarm rings. When alarm rings, it's indication something wrong. Whole conveyor belt will be stopped. Halt. What it means there is a problem, let's stop. Now, there's a 5 people who had the problem. Along with this, in the conveyor belt, 100 people work. Different cars, different machines. Everyone will assemble. Now, everyone will look at the problem. Why this door is not fixing in this Toyota model of car? What's happening here? They will discuss. They'll give an answer, solution, or maybe some discussion points. Fishbone diagram. You heard about fishbone diagram? Fishbone diagram talks about root cause analysis. This also comes from Japanese. Shriram, you keep on talking Japan. When America will come? America will come for branding, getting the fees from us, but rest all from Japan. Okay. So Japan, they discussed it, a fishbone diagram. So once the Japs did this stuff, all this work happens. They found the problem. Sometimes no problem. Answer has been found. They get the answer of all a group activity. Once this is found, disperse, start the work. Now, can somebody tell me what is the advantage of doing this? Meantime, Santosh, you got the message, what I'm trying to say? Let me understand. What's the purpose of putting all 100 people into this problem? What's the benefit here? Any benefit here? Putting 100, Shriram, why to put 100 time, waste time, man? Only these 5 people has to fix the problem. Different perspectives. Sangeeta says people get different perspective. Very good. Then what else? What else? Quick solution. Very good. Learning. I like that word. Rajiv says learning. I think learning is a very important fact. Right? Learning is very important. Transparency and visibility in this issue. That's also an important point. I feel learning is very important. Rest all also important, but learning is very important. Now, today I found the problem there. Why not? It won't repeat in the other side. It may repeat tomorrow morning, but now I know the answers. I know how to fix it, right? This is called lessons learned. Whereas in some of the industries, lessons learned was a documenting. But Japanese are thinking lessons learned means put everybody together, talk about the problem, fix it. In Japanese model, they follow theory Z. Theory Z means a resource will stay in the same company for a lifelong. They stay for a long term. So when a person staying for a long term, learning these kind of knowledge, they are the Wikipedia of your company. They are the Wikipedia of your research and development team, isn't it? So they don't need to record in the document. They make these guys as a Wikipedia who learn all the stuff and start contributing. Toyota shined like anything all over the world, isn't it? So they follow this method for a long time. I'm talking this in 1950s and 60s. Now only we are learning this after 70 years, 50 years, right? The point here is answer the question for Santosh. Yes, the good question. You stop that, you put people, learn it, do that, move forward. That's what they did here. And rightly said, quick solution, different perspective, and all on the same page, find the RCA as a whole. Very good. To confirm the changes are not impacting their current process. Very good. Super. Well, good. So this is what done. But Shriram, is it a new one? I will tell you it's not new. You would have seen in your school days when you are living in a joint family. Anyone here in a joint family? Big joint family? These days, joint families are very rare. Husband and wife is called joint family. Years back, we used to have a joint family of, let's say, 15 people, 12 people in a one big home, all will be together. Joint family days, we did this. If somebody does a mistake at home, something went wrong, there'll be an elderly person in the family. Could be a grandfather, a big uncle, big guy, a big aunt. They will call everybody at home. They'll talk about what happened here. Could be of a small mistake, could be of a big mistake. They'll talk casually what's happening here. And when everyone listens, they'll give a solution for it. Everyone listen to that, then go back. So the problem won't repeat again. In joint family, this used to happen in villages years back. After we came into micro family, we missed it. But what you see in Japan is not new. We do in family. But Japanese is so good, they implemented in a corporate and they made a good successful. Hope you're connecting. Okay, there is something from the YouTube. Rajan says brainstorming. More ideas will come when you do the group activity. Very good, fantastic, good thoughts. Let's move a little more. Oh man, we're close to the time. Yeah, today time running faster. Okay, what I do is I'll talk this screen only and we'll take a break for today, because first day, let's not push too much. If you read already with the PMP, you may have a lot of content, whatever I explained already. If you're new, for you, it will be nice to listen. Right? That's how it is. So today we'll talk about this topic next 10-15 minutes. Then we'll wind up with a lot of Q&A from you. Okay, let's take the screen. Here, the thought about uncertainty. Now, why we have to go to Agile? That's a question. Now, this is a screen, how to see this. X-axis is here, Y-axis is here, Y and X. In X, what we are seeing here is technical degree of uncertainty. First of all, understand the word uncertainty. Uncertainty is a risk. Uncertainty is we are not clear what we want. That's uncertainty. Technical degree, how I'm going to implement this, how factor. The how factor, we are not clear. How factor, we are not clear. Let's say scale of 1. 1 means I'm good. Okay, I'm good in the sense I'm top level, top ranking of 1. I know what I have to do. If I put a 10 here, it means I'm not clear. The scale 10 is the more I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the uncertainty is very high. So uncertainty is very high, 10. So this can happen in a scale of 1 to 10. I'm just giving a number. Any project, how I'm going to do this. Other side, you see requirement uncertainty. Here also, again, the word uncertainty. So uncertainty stands about, it's unclear and it's a risky factor. Here, it's about the requirement. Requirement is what actually you want. This is from the customer perspective, what customer want. So there is a question on what you want, that has uncertainty. There is a question on how you to do that, there is an uncertainty. So 2 uncertainties are there. Before I jump further, can you tell me, do you think in some of the projects which you did the last 5, 6 years or 4 years, you found uncertainty, any one of this? Can you give me requirement uncertainty or technical uncertainty, or if you see both as uncertainty, please give me a message. Let me first understand what kind of nature you work. Do you see any uncertainty in requirement? Do you see any uncertainty in technical way to implement this in your corporate last few years? No one has uncertainty? Really? Santosh comes out. Santosh says mostly on requirements, one-liner and deliver fast. That's bad, Santosh. Sangeeta says, I have seen both uncertainty. Oh my God. Vasant says both technical and requirement uncertainty. Technical uncertainty. Oh my God. I thought I'm the one working in a crazy environment. You guys are more crazy. Seen both. I think most of you are agreeing now, both. Okay. Now coming to the point. Now what happened, a question here is, let's talk as a good scenario. Good scenario is low uncertainty here. Here also I'm putting a scale of 1 and scale of 10. Okay. Now scale of 1 talks here, low uncertainty. There may be a project where there's a low uncertainty of requirement. It means requirement is very clear. They properly elaborated what they want. Low uncertainty technical factor. It means we know how to do this. Imagine there is a small construction work should happen to park a car. To park a car, you have to come with a shed. Requirement is very clear. Shed should have covering, 3 sides shed should cover. There is a top roof on top of that. If it's a rainy place, put a slant roof or a flat roof. Or if it's a snowy place, have a little heavy roof so that the snow does not make the roof fall down. So very simple, clear requirements. Technical factor, what I say now is a technical. 3 sides should be clear. Proof should be stronger, and it should have some more technical ingredients towards it. And how to do that factor, we're going to talk. When these things are clear, it's called low uncertain. So if this is the case, we go with a simple way. What is simple way? It's called linear way. Can you tell me other names for linear way? Can I tell it as a sequential? Can I tell it as a plan-driven approach? Can I tell it as waterfall approach? Can I use these words? What do you think? Can I use these words for that? Right. Right. You can use this word. Also, you can use the word predictive approach. So predictive approach, you can predict it. Now, don't take it for granted. Something I'm telling simple, it means only a car shed. Even a shopping complex construction, when I know requirement clearly, when I know it's a technical way of doing things clearly, I will call it simple. Are you with me on this point? Because your brain should not think simple means a small thing. Simple, Shriram, simple means car shed. Simple means very small. No. Simple does not by size. Simple is the way you do. How and what. When you are clear, it's called simple. There is a big IT construction workers having next to me. Very big. But I consider it as a simple. Because this construction group is from RMZ construction group. They are very familiar in construction. They know the requirement clearly. They know the technical things clearly. They can go in a predictive, sequential, whatever you call it as. What it mean? They plan things in advance properly. Requirement gathering, design, develop the work, properly test it, deliver it. Very systematically. Nothing good. All good. Now, you and me are in the classes because you are doing a knowledge-based work. Now, I'm moving from car shed. I'm moving from construction to a knowledge-based work. Shriram, what is knowledge-based work? Anyone use their brain activity to do some work, it's called knowledge-based work. We all mostly working on brain-based work more than physical work. Even for construction, there is a brain-based work needed to do a designing of that miniature, designing of the floor plan, right? So when you work on a design-based or when you work on a brain-based work, knowledge work, then comes the game. Now the game is like this. There are places where the requirement may not be clear. There are places where the technical way of how to do may not be clear. Now, the moment these things are not clear, the complication and complex thing starts getting higher and higher. If you see here, whether it is very complicated or pretty complex, jumbled with one another, very complicated, never seen this kind of model, highly advanced technology. Now comes a place, you call it as adaptive nature. You call adaptive nature or change-driven approach, or you call it as agile approach, right? You do that. Under the agile of umbrella only, you will get a Scrum, you will get Kanban, you will get XP. So don't confuse. When you think of a project, straight away, don't think Scrum and Kanban. If you are maturing in adaptive nature of working, your brain should talk about agile, not methodology. Seriously, when you go higher and higher, when you attend the big level of interviews, big boardroom meetings, conferences, don't straight away talk about Scrum, Kanban, XP. It's good. You can talk specification, but first talk adaptive nature. The word is adaptive. From adaptive, you can other time use a word called agile. Then comes the implementation model. But unfortunately, I see many people are stuck in this area called a Scrum. Even though Scrum is highly used in the market, please talk agile. Agile is a little broader. Okay, now there is a stage fundamentally risky. Why? The level of uncertainty is level 10. The number of uncertainty is number 10. Can you tell me, have you ever come across this kind of project in your life or anything read in a paper where the requirement is totally not clear, where the technical factor is totally not clear? Can somebody tell me any one example you would have seen and the project has not kickstarted? Anything? Sometimes I feel this space research falls this category at times. Space research. At times I fall medical research, right? When the COVID came in, within 2 weeks, it was so much uncertain with the requirement, so much uncertain with the technical factor. In the year 2020, April and May, do you feel COVID medicine creation has this complexity? It was so much chaos. And later it got matured. Later we start understanding our historical record of viral diseases. We started getting a little more extra clarity on the requirement, little more extra clarity on how I'm going to do this. That is why you have a medicine now, but still it's not clear with the full medicine. Can we take COVID medicine creation the last 2 years has started from this place and now traveling down? Do you think that it's traveling down? It's going down, right? In another 10 years, it may go here. Do you feel that? In another 10 years, we'll be here, like what we have for a polio attack. Polio attack years back, so tough. Those days, children are highly impacted by polio. I'm like, those days means 40, 50 years back. Then polio medicine is given as all the country from World Health Organization as a free supply, and every country has to apply for it. But they too started like this chaos, and then slowly get complex, complicated, simple. Now it's available for everyone. Same happens for AIDS. AIDS was so scared for 25, 30 years back. Now we know the prevention method, but you don't have an answer for it, but you know at least a prevention method. Same COVID, what you have today, AIDS was there 25, 30 years back. People don't talk about it because it's a little sensitive. It's something not happy to talk or good to talk in the public. So people don't talk about AIDS. It was so scared. In the school days, I have heard this AIDS dialogue too much. We don't even understand those childhood time, but parents also can't explain it. So tougher. So now we have this COVID. 20 years later, you will tell, COVID, nothing, yeah. It's easy, right? So point here is, and something can be something like very uncertain and things can change. It can be even your project, what you do at your home. Possible. Okay, great. Now tell about your PMI-ACP exam as a project. Now tell me, what is the level of degree of uncertainty? If it is 1 to 5, 1 to 5 here, where are you? Technical and requirement. Tell me, where are you for ACP exam certification? Oh, 5 to 5. Raju is safe. Raju put a safe side, 5 to 5. Okay, middle. Let's understand some more people. Between complicated 2.5, 2.5. Okay, number going down. 2, 2. 3, 3. Okay, how come you all the same number? Eh? 2 means 2 there. 3 means 3 there. Is there any relation between that? Sangeeta broke that record. 3 into 4. 3 into 4. Okay, nice to know. Anyway, just a thought. I know you would have not thought this before. Only when I asked this question, your brain started thinking, what all requirement? What are technical factor, right? Your brain started thinking. Well, good. There it stands. Again, in the chat of YouTube, I'm seeing Anand is saying something. Rajarajan is saying in both of uncertainty. Anand says a simple plan-driven approach. Okay, great. Nice to know. Any questions on this screen before I say that we are coming to the end of the session? Any questions here on the technical and requirement uncertainty? Why we have to go to Agile? Any questions here? All right. Santosh says, what works for chaos, hybrid, pass and play? That's a good question, Santosh. Usually people don't take work when we are here. It's pretty tough. If you take it, it's going to have good amount of money and time involved, which will not give you a return on investment. You won't get anything. It will take too much. So they wait until at least a degree from 10, it comes to 9. By the way, 10 and 9, nobody gave the number. I gave the number. I'm just giving number for you to understand. It's come down. The name itself says chaos, fundamentally risky. So people may not take the task. He'll hold, will wait. I'll give an example about something like, have you heard about this movie called Avatar? Have you heard the movie? Have you heard about the movie Avatar? So Avatar. Okay, the Avatar movie was directed by this guy, James, I believe. Is it James, right? I'm sorry if I don't remember the names. I think James is the guy directed this movie. James Cameron, huh? Okay. Cameron directed this movie. So now this movie was a plan 14 years back. The plan was there for him. 14 or 12 years back, the plan was there. And he went to, he had this idea, Avatar. Avatar is an amazing movie. I don't know how many of you have seen this movie. I've seen this movie at least 3-4 times in different screens. Okay, in US, sometime I saw in the flight, I used to see. Those are the days, pretty busy movie that was. I'm pretty interested on the colors and the picturization and the animation creations, what they did. Story is interesting, but beyond that, I liked all these factors. Now, James has said that I want to do this 14 years back, but by the time technology was not available, technical degree of uncertainty. Okay, so he waited 12 years for that, and Sony Corporation came with a specific camera for that movie. Do anyone know that? A camera was specifically created for that movie. Sony Corporation created it, and that cam was that's why the movie was very expensive. They did a specific cam for that movie to be shooted, and James Cameron has to wait 12 to 14 years to get the technology ready. So now, do you think that James should have started the movie 12 years before? If he would have started, it will be like one other Indian movie which is getting released without clarity in the requirement, without clarity in the technical degree. I should not talk too much about the movie, but I'm telling that waste of money happens in India in the cine industry without clarity in the requirement, without clarity in the technical degree. Whereas some of the good directors they waited because if you do something on a kiosk, it's a waste of money. You got the point, Rajiv? Got the point? Okay, right. So at the same time, you have to understand one thing. James Cameron, this 12 years waiting time, he don't know what to do. He was scratching his head, man, 12 years I have to wait, what to do. In this gap, he thought, okay, let's do one movie. That one movie is called Titanic, which got Millennium Best Movie. He did in the break time. He said, I don't know what to do, so I did Titanic. Oh, when you don't know what to do, you call Titanic. God, man, what a movie. So that's how this guy is created. Great people are always great. That's what you have to understand. Even though they do in a left hand, it will be great. That's why the great people are. Okay, let's go. There's one more question. Vasant is asking, which agile methodology they follow in a chaos? Since there were a lot of uncertainty, we cannot even form a team. Vasant, I think just now we are talking the topic. Chaos means we don't pick up the work. Better not to do. You will wait. You will wait to trim down. All right. For example, okay, I gave Titanic example. Maybe that example you don't like. I'll go another example. Let's take the COVID medicine itself. In the COVID season, when it picked up in the March of 2020, that 3 months, they were doing research, but not trying to bring some results out of it because they cannot create it. The uncertainty of technical is very high. Uncertainty of recommend is very high. So everyone, they gave you a live boil soap to clean your hand. You know that? Clean your hands properly with the soap. People are asking, man, for $10, a soap can kill the virus. Can't you guys come with the medicine? So they were waiting. Why they're waiting? They're waiting to get more details. They're seeing how the virus is maturing. They're trying to see a lot of technical variants out of it. So they will wait. They will not start the work. That's a message to you. Hope you got that. Okay, let me stop sharing the screen. Let's see some of you. If you want to show your face on the first day. All right. Okay, I believe the first day morning started well for you. You started getting some clarity. Of course, there are a lot to learn. We are kickstarting. When I say kickstarting, the first chapter, we start get the basics. Tomorrow, what I'm going to do? Tomorrow, I'll go into the 4 manifesto 12 principles with some detail, some videos. After that, tomorrow, I have to spend more time on 2 areas. One is on a Scrum methodology. Other one is on extreme programming. I'm going to talk about what is Scrum, what are the 3 pillars of Scrum, and 5 core values, and what the ceremonies they do in a Scrum methodology. I'm sure you're so good in Scrum already, but let's recall some of the content. Then we'll jump into XP, extreme programming. I said it's a super good one. Let's understand how it works. These 2 are going to happen tomorrow. So far, things are good for you today. Are you feeling comfortable? Learning happening well. Do your paper notes have some content? Have you written something there? Or it has only the date of today? Sometime in college, we'll put the date. After that, what to write, man? Nothing that to write. You gotta feel like that. Okay, well and good. Well and good. Thanks for all the inputs here. And anyone have a questions? Let's listen to you. Then we can say thanks for the day. Anything to be exam, subject?
This is one question. Hi, from Santosh here.
Yeah, please.
Sorry, asking so many questions today on the day 1.
You're supposed to ask question.
Oh, I missed to ask question when you were discussing about the PDUs at the beginning of the initial few minutes of the session. So, for example, I have completed a certification in other agile areas like CSM or a safe SA. So that will also be included, right? If tomorrow, if I'm going to do any other certification.
Include in what?
For example, ACP. Anyway, by doing this workshop, the PDUs will come in what you said.
PDUs. Oh, acha. Yeah.
PDUs. Yeah.
This PDUs are to apply where? Where you want to apply this PDU?
No, just trying to understand when you said like if somebody has done safe, right?
Acha.
So that experience can be added as an PDUs when you are applying for a PMI certification.
Right. I'll give some idea to you here. PDUs means Professional Development Unit. This is used only when somebody got a certificate with a PMI. For example, I am a PMP certified. So when I say I'm PMP certified, in next 3 years, I have to show to the PMI Institute, I have some learning process happened in the last 3 years. So can you please renew my certificate? These PDUs are highly used for renewal of certificate, right? So now if you have in this 3 years of time, any other learning, you can show to the PMI Institute, hey guys, in this 3 years, I'm not ideal. I learned something. So allow me to renew my certificate. It means you no need to write the exam again. Your certificate will be added another 3 more years. So answer your question, yes, if you have any other certificate which you obtained after your certification, not before, after.
Okay.
After, that's a very key
and it
word.
need not to be, I got it. And it need not to be from PMI, right? For example, if I need to renew, it can be any learning.
Yeah, but should be recognized one.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Right. Many institutes use PMI learning as a renewal, but other institute certificate sometimes not recognized in PMI because their level of standard is high. They think that you guys just go click, come out. they doubt you. Did you learn properly? So once you start renewing that, let me know or our team know. We will verify and let you know so that you can do accordingly. But to answer your question, yes, you can use the points.
Okay. A follow-up question for the same topic. For example, I'm ACP certified by 27th December, what I planned. Okay. Now, if I am going to renew it later, so from this December to 3 years, if I'm going to renew any previous certifications like CSM and SAFE, I have already done it now, but I'm going to renew it in the next 2 years. Will that be considered? The renewal of other certification would be considered for PDUs?
Right. They will not consider it. They will ask you, when was your training happen? I'll tell you the goal of PDU. PDU means you sit and listen the classes. That's called PDU, Professional Development Unit. Your brain and ears are very active. They'll ask you when you learned. You will tell, in 2019, January, I was in the class for 2 days. I listened to the classes. They'll tell, sorry, guys, you did this before you got certified. Now, our question is, after you got certified, did you sit in the class and listen something? If you do that, we agree, your brain is active, we will renew. Simple, right?
Okay, perfect. Got it. Yeah, thank you.
That's how they make it. Very good. Super. Right.
Can
Yes,
this
Sangeeta.
PDU, can this number of hours be used for PMP as well as CSM?
Yeah, of course, you can use it. You can use it because both are different institutes. You can use it. You can use it. So when you got certified in the PMP?
2017, sorry.
2017. So by now renewal should have happened already for you.
Yeah, but again, next 2 years I need.
Yeah. You can apply 21 hours. They'll split into 3 segments, 777.
Yeah. Okay.
You can apply. Very good. Nice. Good questions. And there is a question from the YouTube, Rajendran asking, can I get a communication board? So Rajarajan, to answer you, this is for the people who are part of these classes. I'll ask Rahul to help you, or you reach out to Rahul Gupta. He will guide you what to do. Once you be part of the classes, you'll get all the access. Okay. That's about Rajarajan. Any more questions for the day?
Yes.
Yes, Manas.
Ram, I have a question. So actually, in the beginning of the class, like you suggested to follow 2 books, Agile Practice book and My Griffith book. So actually, I have a copy of My Griffith book with me. So, but so it is. I can see. I mean the syllabus. I mean the page numbers are very huge. So, any suggestion how to approach this book? Like,
I'll tell you. As a class progress, I'll tell you more. But for now, I'll tell you. Start with a chapter 1. There is a chapter 1 called Agile Practice Principles and Mindsets. Start just going through that first chapter. Meantime, as a class progress, I'll tell you what to read. But in these classes, we will always follow the same sequential order. We'll go to chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. In the order only we're going to follow. So my Griffith book, if you have with you, that's a good book. Start with the chapter 1, Agile Principles and Mindset. When I say approach, you have to just read like a novel. That's it. Okay, we do that. Meantime, what will happen is in the websites, communication board. Did you access communication board?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Scroll little down. There is a place called study plan. If you see a link study plan, you click the study plan. In the study plan, you can give a date of your exam. Let's say you give an exam as January 15th is my exam. You're giving it. So it will ask you when you want to start reading for January 15th exam. You will tell this month I have some function at home. I can't do that. So December 1st, I'll start reading for January 15th exam. Now your study plan will get created for you, specifically for you. December 1 to January 14, what all you have to read, so that 15th you'll write the exam. A plan will be drafted with all the study item. How many exams you have to take will be given to you as a PDF copy. You can print it, paste on the wall, just follow that.
So will that include revision as well, or only one-time completion of study?
It is, see, how we have put a study plan is, we put a plan telling that if chapter 1, you may need these many hours of reading. Okay. These hours of reading can include a first reading and second revision also.
Okay. Okay.
Each one differ, right? We cannot tell that some read faster, some go slow. So that's the reason you have to decide the date. For example, if you feel I want to revise 2 times, you will not decide January 15 as exam. You will keep it January 30 as your exam. See, ideally, you should know your reading habits. If you're a good reader, long time, you will tell guys, I'll read one shot, man. Let's go by December 30 itself with the exam. So you will plan accordingly. And again, you can flexible with the plan. We are talking adaptive nature. So later, if you feel this plan is not working for me, come with a new plan again.
And one more question, like in that my Griffith book I was following, that book mentioned like that, do not appear for the exams. I mean the questions until you completely, until you completely study all the chapters. So do we really to follow that, or can we try for the questions after chapter 1?
Okay, that's a good question. Good you asked today. What happened here is questions, how to answer. I will not ask you to wait till reading all the books. Don't do that, because we are mature, we are grown up, we are not a school children. Now, what you do is, in my Griffith book, every chapter, there'll be 25 to 30 questions, every chapter. First, read a chapter, practice those 25 questions, see how you're answering. And top of that, we have a Agile WhatsApp group. Every day, you'll get 10 questions. Or 5 questions. Answer those questions. Okay, now there you do chapter test you do. Apart from that, today being a Saturday and tomorrow Sunday. So Saturday, Sunday, we have weekly test. Saturday, we do PMP test. Sunday, we do Agile test. 40 questions Agile test will happen. Like you, different batches of people will come there and write in a common place. So participate in that test. Post test, 30 minutes, we have a discussion about the question. Listen to that. Now you do chapter test, you do daily test, you do weekly test, you get a rhythm of it. By middle of December or beginning of December, now we can go for a full exam.
What is timing for this weekly test?
3:30 p.m. IST.
Okay. Thank
Saturday and Sunday, 3:30 p.m. IST. This is good for people in Europe, Arab and India. US people, little tough, pretty early in the morning. For them, it's a little tough, but still, we don't force you to come online and write the test. You can write the test at your convenience also. But if you come online, good is we will discuss about some of the tough questions.
Thank you, Sriram. Thank you, Sriram.
Great. So how about Chennai weather? Rain stopped?
Yes, rain stopped, but I stay a bit interior place. So my apartment is now converted to an island. So in front of my apartment, there are a lot of water. So they kept a bus for communication. So
tough man. Okay, take good care. I think 2-3 days it will get to normal.
Yeah, no, the water level is decreasing slowly. So I think 1-2 days. Yes.
Correct.
Thank you.
Take good care. Thanks for joining today. Fantastic. Any more questions? Okay, I'm seeing a question in the YouTube also. I'll answer them. Can you please share Rahul's ID? Rahul, can you please help Rajan Murugan in the YouTube chat? He's asking your help there. Okay, right. And there's people in the YouTube and other channel. You can also reach at support@ShriLearning.com. Support@ShriLearning.com. We will get back to you on the emails on the detail. Good. Thanks a lot for participating today. I know it's pretty extra time we went on. Can you start your writing habits and write the picture image of what I showed you, right? Click a picture, post in the WhatsApp group. It can be a selfie also, but the paper is very important. You can also be there, but paper is very important. Post that picture in the WhatsApp. We will see how writing habits are happening. Let's create this habit for next 3-4 weeks of time. Once it pick up, after that, nobody going to trouble you. So let's keep the learning, right? Good. Keep moving forward. Good wishes. Let's rock. Tomorrow we'll connect again. Thanks for being here. Thanks, people in the YouTube. We'll catch you soon.
Thank you, Sriram.